Join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. With stunning HD video, crisp audio, and instant wireless sharing.
Hello, Periscopers.
Mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
Good evening, I'm Ashley Tassel. Met Police has told Talk Radio Finsbury Park terror attacker Damon Osborne added insult to the victim's injuries by claiming he wasn't driving the van that ploughed into Muslims. The 58-year-old was convicted of murder and attempted murder earlier, despite insisting a mysterious man called Dave was behind the wheel. Ian Hayden is the Met's counter-terror commander.
We have CCTV evidence that shows the actual attack itself. He was detained very shortly afterwards by the local community before he was then arrested by police minutes later. He was by himself, and we have no evidence that indicated others were involved.
Others suffered life-changing injuries last June.
You get me whatever headphones over there and turn it up for.
Visit to China, where she hopes to strengthen the UK
Okay, go under.
era of trade relations. So far, she's met students in Wuhan, a university town in central China, had tea with the president, and taken part in a traditional Chinese New Year celebration in Beijing. But this is nothing compared to Donald Trump's visit to China, which was called a State Visit Plus, where he was treated to the most spectacular display of diplomacy in the country's history. Political commentator Alex Dean told James why her visit is important.
Patent recognition and respect for intellectual property rights is a massive issue for the Chinese, but you're most likely to get those rights enforced if we get a decent trade deal with them. So it's kind of circular, isn't it? And they're a huge and expanding market, so we want a deal, and that's why our Prime Minister's there.
England's Chief Inspector of Schools thinks religious extremists are using classes to indoctrinate children. Amanda Spielman says the government should tighten the law to stop it happening. There are further signs the NHS continues to face severe pressure, with new figures revealing high levels of ambulance diverts, patient handover delays and bed occupancy. But other stats suggest the number of flu cases is starting to level off. And MPs have been debating whether hospital car parking charges should be scrapped. Almost half of them have in the last few years increased their hourly parking rates, and some now charge disabled drivers. For your weather, windy and cold in most of the UK, showers across the southwest of England, Wales and Northern Ireland with highs of 7 degrees.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of...
Evening, dear listener. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee. Catherine Boyle will be with us very soon, mark my words. It's going to be one of those shows this evening. Let's go straight into the call, shall we? Good evening, Daniel.
Good evening.
Good evening, Daniel. What have you got for us tonight?
Just wanted to see how good your show is.
Hey, no, whoa, hang on a minute. No, don't. Listen, don't rush past that, Daniel. Let's dwell on that for a good 15, 20 minutes. Do you like it, really?
Yeah, I listen to it every night.
Is it wicked?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. What do you... Okay, let's do the survey. What is it you like about the show?
The callers.
Oh. Sorry, sorry, Daniel. I thought it might have been the host.
Well, yours are all right as well.
Jeez, man, tough crowd tonight, guys. Tough crowd. What have you called in for, Daniel?
Well, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that. I don't know what I wanted to say. I just wanted to say that. I've got no idea, to be honest.
Hey, good. Do you fancy a quick round of the yes/no game?
Yeah, right then.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yay! You didn't even last a second, mate.
Oh.
Stay there.
Great.
Stay there. Alan, do you want to play the yes/no game?
I'm up for it.
Are you ready to start now?
Of course.
Okay, what's your name?
Alan Peter Caddick.
And where do you live?
Woodgate in Birmingham.
You're going to be a tough one to beat, aren't you?
Of course.
Okay. Hang on a bit. How's your mum doing?
Not too bad.
Is she still in hospital?
She is.
Is she? Do you know when she's coming out?
The weekend.
Is it the... Oh, they don't always let people out on the weekends. Normally it's a Monday, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Yeah. What are you going to do when you see her?
sort out her diet.
Okay, it's potassium, wasn't it?
Of course.
Yeah. And we were joking yesterday about potatoes.
Definitely not.
What have you done today?
Went to visit her.
You what?
I went to visit her.
Is she right?
Of course.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, a minute! And you see, Catherine, my theory holds true.
I think it might be.
Daniel, do you fancy another go?
All right, then.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Right, you've got to answer quicker than that. Are you ready or not?
Okay.
All right, we're going to start. What's your name?
Daniel.
How old are you, Daniel?
13.
13 years old? Does your mum know you're calling a radio station? What's this? What's this? You've got to come straight in with an answer. Does she know, yes or no?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Keep saying okay.
Okay, does your mother know that you're calling a radio station? Okay. That doesn't mean anything, man. What does that mean?
It means, yes, she does.
Yay! Daniel, you're out, buddy.
All right.
Thanks for calling, Daniel. You're a good sport. Cheers, mate. Stay there, Alan. Jonathan, do you fancy a round of the yes-no game?
I'd rather talk about something else.
Okay, well, we can do that if you can survive 60 seconds. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
We're going to start now, okay? You've got
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. So, your name, of course, is Jonathan. Why do you use the name Noah sometimes?
Because it's a reference to my favourite wrestling promotion back 10 years ago.
Wow, you have a favourite wrestling promotion?
Well, I did.
You did? You don't anymore?
It's changed.
What's it changed to? Japanese wrestling?
No.
Hey! But you were such a good sport. Stay there, Alan. I'll come to you in a bit. You were such a good sport, Jonathan. I'll let you talk about what you wanted to talk about, even though I destroyed you in the yes-no game.
Okay.
You can say yes or no now. We're out of the game.
I understand.
You sure?
I understand.
Do you understand?
I understand.
I don't think you do you?
Get on with it.
I'm waiting for you. What? Did you call in to talk about something?
I wanted to call in about a dream I had about you last Saturday.
Do you often dream about me?
No.
Hey! Wait, listen, whenever Des O'Connor says the yes-no game is over, the yes-no game ain't never over. Okay, but it is over now. So do you often dream about me?
No.
Hey! Well, listen, when Des O'Connor says the yes or no game is over, it ain't never over, okay? Right, now, it's over. But so you had a dream about me last week?
Yes.
Hey! When Des O'Connor says the yes game is over, it ain't never over. Have you got it?
I'm not playing.
Yes, you are.
I'm trying to talk about something interesting.
Let's just clarify. Are you playing?
I am not playing.
Are you sure?
Of course I am.
Okay, so you had a dream about me, was it last Sunday?
Saturday.
Okay, and you often dream about me?
I don't.
Okay. Was I naked in the dream?
You were not.
I was clothed.
Were you naked in the dream?
I was not.
Were you naked in bed?
I was not.
Okay, so what happened? The game is over, by the way. Let's have a normal conversation. So, was it a scary dream?
It wasn't.
Okay, so what happened in the dream?
You were in your own American TV show.
Oh, was it a good one?
I think it was the pilot episode.
Okay. Was it going to get picked up for a series?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It was a dream. It's not real.
All right. Okay. Calm down. You need to chill out, don't you?
It was called the Iain Lee Show.
Okay, original.
It'll never work.
Was Kath in it?
Kath wasn't in it.
Okay. No, were you in it?
I was watching it.
Okay. All right. Who else was in it with me?
Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, he's good, Dick Van Dyke, isn't he?
Yes.
Yay! Jonathan, when Des O'Connor says The yes-no game is over. It ain't never over. Have you got that?
I've got that, but I don't care.
You sound very exasperated for someone who doesn't care. Are you sure you don't care?
I'm sure.
OK, so Dick Van Dyke was in the show. Was he playing the same character as he plays in Diagnosis Murder?
He was playing your father.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I could see that working.
You were a private detective.
Yeah.
Who had moved to America to look after your father because he had dementia.
OK, yeah, I like that. That's not a bad idea for a series.
And you were supporting yourself as a private detective, and you had a little weedy pistol.
I had a what? Had a what pistol?
Weedy pistol.
A weedy pistol. OK, are we going to apply a Freudian reading to this? Is this to do with my penis?
It isn't.
OK, are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
But there were no women in it, right?
There was.
Considering you're not bothered about this yes-no game, you're going a long way to not say yes and not say no.
You had been hired by a woman whose husband and son had disappeared, and the husband was a major in the U.S. Army, and he was. She was concerned for his mental health and also the whereabouts of a young son.
Okay. And
so, towards the end of the episode...
Yes. You watched the whole episode?
Pardon?
Did you watch the whole episode in your dream?
I don't remember.
This is very strange, because if it was the Iain Lee show, it's strange that Iain would be playing someone completely different.
Iain Lee was playing a character called Iain Lee.
Oh.
God, this is getting meta. I don't think I know what meta means. Anyway, go on.
So you found this army major...
Yes.
...and his son, and he was about to jump off a tall building in San Francisco.
There are a lot of tall buildings. Have you been to San Francisco?
I haven't.
Okay.
And you were trying to talk him down.
Yes. Don't do it. Don't do it, man.
And you talked him down.
Yes.
And his son, who he's threatened to jump with.
Yes.
And it turned out that the U.S. Army had deliberately neglected his mental health.
Deliberately.
And you lost your temper with the army.
Wow.
Are your dreams always this elaborate, Jonathan? Jonathan, are your dreams always this elaborate?
I don't remember them.
Okay, we just had a little slip by. There was a little slip by. Well, Jonathan, what was the upshot of this dream? Did you wake up hard?
It hasn't finished yet.
Well, it's still going on now.
The final scene of the film, there'd been a drought in San Francisco, and then there'd been torrential rain, and then there was a flash flood that destroyed the reservoir, and all of San Francisco was going to get flooded.
Well, the whole thing?
Yes.
Yay! Jonathan, thanks very much indeed for calling. Let's go to Johnny Vegas. Good evening, Johnny.
Hello, Ian. Am I through?
Yes, you are.
Great, I'd like to play yes or no game.
You just said both of them, you muppet.
No, we haven't started
We
yet.
start as soon as you're on the air. You start. All right, we'll start again. Are you ready?
Right.
What?
Right.
Yeah, but the answers have to... we stop the clock. The answers have to tie in. They have to be correct response to the question, okay?
Okay.
Right, so have you got it?
I reckon so.
Right, well then let's start the clock. What's your name?
Johnny Vegas.
And where are you calling from, Johnny?
My living room.
Okay. Here's an interesting thing. I saw Johnny Vegas at the National Television Awards the other day.
I'm looking a bit thinner than I used to.
You lost a lot of weight, haven't you?
I've been on the Atkins diet.
Did you just say aye?
Aye.
Yeah, I counts as yes, you muppet.
Does it?
Of course it does. Aye is the same as yes. Otherwise you just go aye.
You can't keep saying it.
Nay.
Well.
Aye, nay. Of course I counts as yes, of course it does.
No, I think that's survival.
No. Alan, I counts as yes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey! Here's the rule, guys. As annoying as this is going to be, for the whole show this evening, once you're on the air, it's the yes-no game. Have you got that, Alan?
Of course.
Well done. What have you got for us tonight?
Well, giving an update from last night's positive healing.
Oh, did the positive healing work on your mum?
Well, we moved out of the main ward into a private room.
So it did work a bit?
And she could be home the weekend.
Hey, that's fantastic. So do you think that because we did, for those who don't know, we did 3 minutes yesterday of silence and sending out energy and positive vibes to Alan's mum who's poorly. Do you think it worked?
Definitely.
Hey, that's fantastic news.
I'm really chuffed about that.
Me too, because if it had gone, if it had gone the other way, I'd have felt terribly guilty.
Well, often when we mention people on this show, they don't last much longer.
Yeah, we do seem to have a curse about us. Well, Alan, that's great news.
Okay, thank you very much.
Do you enjoy that phone call?
Of course.
There you go, you see.
There's
I've got
no
a theory.
messing with him, is there?
I've got a theory, right? And I told Kath this, and she but I've got a theory, and I'm going to say it. The more intelligent you are, the worse you are at the yes-no game. What I'm saying is, the thicker you are, the better you are. That's my theory. It's just a theory, guys. It may not be politically correct, but this is the show that eschews political correctness. I think I've used eschews in the correct context. I don't really know what it means. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Speakers down,
We've got
please.
entertainment, and we're not afraid to use it. Talk Radio.
Really? But you kept playing
Are you
it.
looking for an excellent exchange rate in sterling? Or want to bag a big money bargain in deal? Or score a super sale saving in Poundbury? Don't miss Julia's Deal of the Day every morning from 6:30 on Julia Hartley Brewer at Breakfast with Sun Savers. Get insider hints on the nation's hottest high street scoops, top money-saving tips, and insider consumer news and advice from the Sun's Tara Evans, live in the studio. You can't afford to miss Julia's Deal of the Day. Weekday mornings from 6:30 on Talk Radio with Sun Savers. Welcome to the good stuff.
I've worked with loads of vinyl mats, but this upgraded Dulux Trade vinyl mat is something else. It's smooth, really smooth. Application-wise, it goes on brilliantly, and all with the same great opacity and coverage as before.
Oh, very good, love. Now hurry up and butter that toast.
We've upgraded Dulux Trade Vinyl Mat to offer a smoother consistency and easier application, because what matters to you matters to us. Upgraded Dulux Trade Vinyl Mat. Find out more at duluxtradepaintexpert.co.uk.
Frankie's Late Night Breakfast.
I've been going out with Sam for a while now. We met last year. We went out dancing, came home late. I don't know why we hit it off, but I'll tell you when I knew we had. The first time we shared a bowl of baked eggs. Tangy tomato sauce with spinach and chilli. You wait till it's simmering, then bake in the eggs. Delicious. We tucked in at 3 a.m. and he said, "This is the best breakfast I've ever had."
Make your own late night breakfast with our
Hello,
sweet Italian
Periscopers.
vine-ripened tomatoes.
Hope you're enjoying
Brought to you by Tesco.
Like every kid with hairbrush in hand, I wanted to be a singer, but I lacked self-belief, and I became a beautician, not a musician. At 18, I decided to give my life a makeover, and I joined the Royal Navy. They taught me to do more with my hands, not to mention my head. I always thought I'd be a pop star, but it turns out a ship's the perfect stage for me, to perform to my potential, and then go beyond it. I'm Sally, born in Manchester, made in the Royal Navy. Start your journey. Search Made in the Royal Navy.
After hours amusement for anarchists, air hostesses and jet-lagged Antipodeans.
G'day, coppers. Can I crash on your floor? The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Evening, Andre.
Hello?
Hello, Andre.
Yeah, hello?
Hey! Dude, we're playing the yes-no game.
Oh, that game?
Yeah, do you know how to play it?
Oh, I suppose you're playing that old game again, are you? When everyone's got to, try and lose?
Sorry? No, everyone's got to try and win. No, people try and win it.
Yeah, but you...
Yay!
You and Kath with the headphones sitting there writing notes and talking down a microphone.
Yeah. Well, no, the one where there are 2 words that you're not allowed to say.
What are they then?
Well, what do you think they are?
I don't know, but I think it's that silly game you played with a few other people a couple of minutes ago, isn't it?
Did we play it earlier?
You might have.
Okay.
I reckon you're both talking down microphones there, listening to your earphones carefully,
yes,
writing a few notes, having a little listen.
Can you see us, Andre? Can you see us?
Yeah.
Hey!
No! Stop it, Kath, that's bad.
It's not that bad, is it?
Sneaky one.
Yeah, she snuck a sneaky one out, didn't she? She squeezed one out.
Well, listen, right?
Yeah, go on.
I suppose you're all sitting in the little blue office there.
Did you see? You know when you phoned in yesterday to talk about bicycles and things.
Yeah,
Yay!
I've lost already, so I might as well say it. But you called me a bit abbreviated.
Sorry.
Abbreviated.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Yay!
Are you all right?
I'm fine, thanks.
Are you sure?
Anyway, the clip we made a little video clip of...
Yeah.
Yay! They're both there. Yeah, no. And you've gone viral.
Yeah, but Ian, right? Listen, right?
Yes.
You're still in the studio, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, got you both, yeah?
No,
we're not playing.
You just said yes over and over, Andre.
I'm Des and she's O'Connor.
Writing your little notes, listening on your headphones.
Are you? Is it you on Twitter?
Might be.
Oh, it is. All right. I thought it was a spoof.
I suppose you're all like talking to all the media and that about things and do a bit of a talk show and all that. And,
mate, we are the media.
Yeah, I know, and you're all like listening and announcing things.
We listen.
And talking to people.
Yes. This isn't catchphrase. You don't say what you see, Andre. This is yes, no.
This is our job.
Yeah.
This is our job. You'll be
that's
listening.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not being. I'm doing a bit of a giggle. Yeah, you know that.
Right, I'm going to cut you off now.
Cheers. Thank you.
There we go.
Your theory.
My theory was blown out of the water there. Actually, I think Andre's a very, very sharp cookie, but the sharpness and the sweetness of the cookie is dulled by years of being soaked and seeped in booze. That's what I think. I do think he's a very, very bright man, Andre. And anyway, I did. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Let's go to Jack. Don't forget, as soon as you come on the air, the game has begun. Jack, do you understand the rules of the game?
Yes.
Yay! Straight away, Jack! You're not allowed to say yes or no. What words aren't you allowed to say?
Yes or no.
Oh, no, Jack! Jack! It's like shooting a deer with a machine gun.
Oh.
How you doing, Jack? You right?
Ian.
Oh, no, Jack! Please! Please! Stop! Stop it!
Oh, Ian.
Take a deep...
shoot a deer.
Sorry?
If you shoot a deer, you could say, deer.
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Are you ready to start again?
Yes.
Oh, Jack! Jack! You're not allowed to say yes or no. Have you got it?
Bananas? What?
You've got to say something that makes sense, all right? Should we start again? Sort of. Have you had a good day, Jack?
Well.
What did you say? When?
Yeah.
Hey! It's like going seal clubbing. Oh, Jack, you're a good sport, mate. We're laughing with you. We're not laughing at you. You've done better than a lot of the callers.
Okay.
You're welcome. Was there anything you wanted to say, Jack?
Yes.
Hey!
No.
I mean, no.
Bananas.
I mean bananas. That's the best answer. Yes. No. I mean bananas. Go on, mate. What did you want to say?
Today, I went to school, and it came back from school with an injury.
Say that again. The phone's a little bit muffled, Jack. You went to school and then you came back from school, and then what happened?
I broke my hand.
Oh, Jack.
You broke it?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, how did you do that?
Well, I came home from school.
Yeah.
I didn't see the ice.
Oh, no.
I sat down the ice. I fell, and then I swallowed it.
Oh, and it's swollen up big, has it?
Yeah.
And have you been off for an X-ray or something?
And the X-ray came back out,
and he said, it's a fracture. And I went, oh.
Mate, and is it your left or right hand?
Left.
Are you left or right-handed?
I'm left-handed.
Oh, no! This is a disaster! We need to get a new hand for Jack. No, hang on, I don't think that works. So what's going to happen, buddy?
Well, I'm double jointed, so I'm going to have a cast on.
Yeah. Does it hurt?
Does it hurt? Of course it hurts, Ian.
You're good, mate. You're good. You're a quick learner. Oh, Jack, I'm really sorry, man. I hope it gets sorted as quickly as it can. I hope it's not too painful.
I'll update you when it's better.
Hey, listen, man, did you enjoy that call?
Yay!
Thanks for calling, Jack. Get the first 2 minutes of that. It's about 10:23, something like that. He's great. Oh, poor bloke. I like Jack. He calls in quite a lot. And, well, we're quite cruel to him. But, you know, poor bloke. Ay. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. You can also Skype in. Late Night Alternative, all one word. I've got Skype up and running tonight. So you can Skype in. And, you know, we'll just see where it goes. If you come on it, I'll tell you what we're going to do later on. The last 30 minutes of the show. So if you come on air, right, you can call in about other stuff, but it's the yes-no game all night, all right? All night, okay? We saw it on Big Brother, and I've just been meaning to do it for ages. So we're going to do it all night. The last 30 minutes of the show, it will be called straight to air, yes-no game. If you say yes, you say no, you get cut off straight away. It's going to be ruthless. So this is the first 2.5 hours is a little bit of harmless fun, a little bit of hanky-panky. Okay, we're just playing around. But from 12:30, it's going to be life or death. Let's go to Jay. Jay, how you doing, fella?
I'm doing great, thank you, Ian.
And this is the thing, all great champions at this game take a very monotone, controlled voice. My eldest is brilliant at this game. Of course I am. Of course I did. Of course I will.
They start to sound like politicians.
Yeah, they do. My youngest just can't do it, but it's you've got kids, haven't you, Jay?
I do not, but I'm terrible at this game, generally, so that's why I try and be so careful and precise. And I even call up talk about something serious, but I don't think I will there.
No, we can still do... we can still do serious stuff. We just had a lad that's broken his hand. Should we put the game on hold until you do your serious thing?
Well, I don't think that's what you mean, because I think you're still trying to trick me.
Well, no. Listen, honestly, honestly, if it's something... No, seriously, Jay, if it's something serious, we can stop the game if you'd rather.
We can't cheer if you say yes to a serious question.
Yeah.
Well, why don't I try and tell the story anyway, and if I slip up, I slip up.
Do you think you can do it?
I do not.
Okay.
If I'm being perfectly honest.
All right, well, all right, in your own time. You ready? Let's go.
I have a story about last weekend, and it's to do with mental illness, but it's not my mental illness. But it's an interesting thing that happened.
Is it a friend of yours?
It's not a friend. It's a complete stranger.
Okay.
So I'm sitting in my kitchen on Saturday, and with my father-in-law, and there's a knock at the door, and I go to the door, and there's a young man with quite nicely dressed in like outdoorsy kind of gear, but he's got no shoes on. He said, "Excuse me." You seem quite distressed. Can you lend me some socks? Can you give me some socks?
Yeah.
I look down. He's not wearing his shoes, and his socks are filthy. I said, I kind of closed the door. I didn't know what to do really. I was like, this is a bit weird, and so.
Would you be a bit freaked out?
Would you let someone in?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't let someone in. No.
Okay, I did.
You let them in, did you?
I let them. Well, it was freezing. He had no shoes on, and I live in quite a country area. There's not a lot around.
Okay. Well, you're not worried though.
I was worried, yes, I was worried.
Yay!
Inappropriate.
Well, sorry. Okay, sorry.
No.
I do apologise. Look, just to say, when Des O'Connor says the game's over, it ain't over.
All right,
Okay, that's right. I'm teasing there. Okay, so you how old was he, would you say?
I couldn't tell. He wasn't very big, but I closed the door and I went to get some socks and, like, welly bobs that I thought I'll give him them.
Yeah.
And I thought...
You're a good man.
But it's freezing. So
yeah, you're a good man. Genuinely, you're a good man. That's a very kind thing to do.
Yeah, I was still going to turf him away, though, wasn't I?
Well, that's fine. Hey, listen, giving someone some socks and shoes and inviting them in to get warm for 5 minutes, that's a kind thing to do.
Yeah. But I let him in, and then I made him a cup of tea. And it turns out, I was, first of all, he was kind of strung out or something, but he more kind of, like, spoke to him. He didn't seem that way. He was just some young lad.
Yeah.
He'd had a little breakdown, well, what he'd called a nervous breakdown in the old days, but, and he'd walked from Burnage to where I live in South Hazel Grove, and I don't know if these areas mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything to me. I'm assuming it's some distance.
It's 9 miles with no shoes on.
Flipping heck, man.
And I said, what's happening then? And then I started, but to be honest, I started asking questions that I started thinking about this show, really, about you and the stories you've told about how everyone else, problems and things like that. And I kind of knew that, but I'd never seen someone. So I asked him if he was on medication. He was, but he didn't have it with him. And last night he'd been drinking, and he had a bottle of horrible booze with him. So I said, should we perhaps chuck that away? And so we chuck that away. And he sat down and he just started crying how he didn't want to go home to his mum because his mum would be worried about him. I said, well, she's going to be worried. So I persuaded him to text her. He says, well, I don't want the responses. I don't want all the pings through. She's panicking. So we figured out, well, if you turn off the notifications for the text, you can look at that in your own time. So at least we told that. But then, and so what would you do next? What just out of curiosity, what would you do next?
I'd ask if he wanted an Uber somewhere.
Well, I asked him if he wanted a lift to a train station.
Okay, yeah.
And then as I was driving up we were driving, he said, yes, I do. As we were driving up the road towards the train station, he started to freak out. And he started to have a little panic, and he was rocking, and he was crying and saying, I don't want to do it, I can't do it. So we stopped the car in the middle of the road, and I was thinking, well, what do I do now? I'm in my car in an enclosed space with someone who's obviously got mental health issues. He was 6 stone wet through. I didn't think he was a threat physically, and he didn't seem like, I don't know, I know you can never tell, he didn't seem like the kind to carry a knife, something like that. But it was, at the same time, I was still a bit worried, because you never know. And then I saw a policeman kind of crawling up my lane. I thought, what's going on here? So I waved him down. And I kept saying to the lad, don't worry, you're not in trouble, you've not done anything wrong, all you've done is go for a walk with no shoes on, it's not like there's anything wrong. At that point I thought, what if he has?
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know whether I'd do the same again, but it turned out he hadn't done anything wrong, he was fine. Someone had he'd done the same with somebody else, asked someone for shoes, and then when they'd gone to get him the hot chocolate, he'd panicked and run off, and they'd called the police because they were worried about him. So they were looking for him.
Well, he's very lucky to have stumbled across 2 very kind, concerned souls, yourself and the other person who's going to make a hot chocolate.
Around,
well, that's coming from London and Slough, but people don't, you don't hear stories like that. So both you and the other person should allow yourselves to feel proud. You do good things.
I think I was about to drop off at the police station. He could have done anything there, couldn't he? And what I should have done, I think, is what the policeman said. He got in the car with the policeman. The policeman took him to hospital. Because he was telling us, and it was just so sad, he was telling a story about how he'd had problems and he'd had this counselling from when he was 16 and 17, but then as soon as he turned 18, that particular programme isn't available.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, you become an adult and you get kicked out on your ear.
Out the other side, and he says, I've been feeling terrible, but I haven't had anyone to talk to, and he knew he shouldn't have gone out drinking because it was something worse, but he was feeling bad. I don't know. He was on something which apparently is an antipsychotic, the drug he was on.
Yeah.
But he seemed like such a nice, but just so full of anxiety, weight of the world on his shoulders, and he felt like everybody's reactions to him were his fault. So the fact that his parents were worried about him made him feel more guilty. The fact that his friends were worried about him made him feel more guilty, and he just had this crushing weight on his soul, and it's heartbreaking, really. And the fact that he had no one to talk to because he's inspired on the other side of this programme, it's just... And even the policeman was saying, he was radioing, how can I take this lad? It's Saturday. Can't really go to A&E. There's got to be a walk-in clinic somewhere. But anyway, so the policeman took him to hospital. So if it happened to me again, I wouldn't offer to drop him off at a train station, which actually could be the stupidest place in the world to drop someone.
No, but then here's the thing: if you take someone to hospital, what was wrong with him?
He was in.
What was wrong with him? And you could be stuck in A&E for 4 or 5 hours with someone, and he could have a panic attack there. He could get up and walk away. It could be.
Well, it could not be that bad. He was quite calm when he was in the house having a cup of tea and some leftover curry from the night before. But he was quite calm, and then as soon as we got in to drive to the station, it wasn't the fact that it wasn't the police car that freaked him out. It was the thought of going home. He couldn't cope with the thought of going home. His parents making a fuss out of him. No, it's so sad.
It is sad. Well done.
Anyway, all right.
You've not heard anything since that day. You've not heard from the police or him.
The policeman said, "Do you want to keep him?" I said, "Not really. It's none of my business. Just take care of him. He's like a startled deer." And he's like, "Don't worry, I will do." So off they went.
I really appreciate you sharing that with us, Jay. How are you feeling now? I'm getting a little bit of.
Saturday, and I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. I'm still thinking about it.
It's obviously affected you, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. He's so young and just so anxious, and it's so sad. I was. Would I do the same again? I don't know, because my father-in-law told me off. He said you shouldn't have let him in. He had a knife.
You would, though, because you're that sort of person.
Here's the thing that I don't know. I probably still wouldn't let the person in, particularly if I had the kids in the house. But I probably wouldn't let the person in.
Yeah, okay. I haven't got kids in the house, so
but
that is true. I probably wouldn't have done it.
But I'd certainly find him, now having heard you, I don't know what I would have done before, but now I would, if I saw someone like that, I'd certainly get him a pair of shoes and some socks. And I don't know if I would have done that before speaking to you, so thank you for that.
All right, mate. No worries.
Thanks, Joe. I really appreciate you sharing that.
Thanks for letting me unburden myself.
Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you, Jay!
Bye.
Cheers, mate. He sounded genuinely pissed off at the end.
What a kind soul, though.
Yeah, but we beat him at the yes-no game, which is more important.
Yes-no, exactly.
God, did it make you think, though? It does. I don't know. I think what I would have done before hearing Jay is I said, no, I'm busy, thank you very much, and shut the door. I think I would have done that.
Well, I think if I was on my own in the house, if I had the kids in the house, I'm not going to let someone in. But...
I wouldn't have even given him shoes, I don't think
you know what you'll do until you're in that situation.
No.
But he played a blinder there, Jay. What a nice fella.
He's a good lad. And the other person who made a hot chocolate and stuff, there's good people out there, isn't it? 0344 499 1000. You can Skype a late night alternative. We're playing the yes/no game all night, just for a bit of fun until 12:30, and then it gets serious. And we'll take calls straight to air. If you say yes or you say no, you get cut off. We've got Jerry, then we've got David, and we could have you, dear listener. My name is Iain Lee. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB. Access all radios.
Talk Radio. Give it some lip.
Get set for a getaway when we say, "Oh yeah," on Talk Radio with the Sun Holiday Shop.
That was some Paul, huh?
Listen to Julia Hartley Brewer at breakfast this Friday morning from 6:30 as she reveals how to make the most of the UK coast, which holes are topping the poles, and how you can have family fun for under a tenner. Don't miss Oh Yeah on Julia Hartley Brewer at breakfast on Talk Radio with the Sun Holiday Shop. Great value breaks all year round. Go to thesun.co.uk/holiday shop.
This week at Tesco, crates of Foster's, Strongbow, Carling and Coors Light are only £9. Tesco, every little helps. Selected stores excluding Express while stocks last 18 plus ends 6 February.
It's here. It's one of over 1,000 great used vans, and it could be yours.
What's that coming over the hill? Van Monster. Van Monster!
Van Monster has a huge choice of used vans across the UK, all with 6 months warranty and flexible finance options too. Like these 2014 Peugeot Partners from under £4,500 plus 20% VAT. Find your next van right now at vanmonster.com. Representative 13.9% APR.
Now you can make Sky TV your own. Start with a new Sky Entertainment Pack for £20 a month. Then do what I do. Add your own take.
has 11 channels just for kids for £5 a month. Loads of fun.
Or you have the right to add over 400 box sets. The whole lot for just £5 a month. Start with new Sky Entertainment. Then make it yours. Search Sky TV. £20 standard set up for new customers. Kit loaned at no cost. New 18-month min term. Requires compatible box and broadband. Terms apply.
Even if you only employ one person, you have to provide a workplace pension. It's the law. Get to know your responsibilities with help from the pensions regulator. Visit workplacepensions.gov.uk.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Jamie East on Talk Radio. Irreverent afternoon entertainment and essential listening on the UK's premier forum of mind-expanding free speech.
Join me, Jamie East. We'll have guests, we'll have phone-ins. Just come to Jamie.
Afternoons with Jamie East. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Okay, so we were slightly having a hissy fit because we can't do the lock-ins anymore, which is what we used to do. If the show went on until 1 o'clock and was good, we'd have a lock-in. And we can't do it in the weekdays because Paul Ross is now on between 1 and 5, which is great news. Great news. 1 and 5, then it's James Max. We said, but we can keep doing them on Fridays because Friday on 1 o'clock it just goes to Talk Sport. And then we found out it doesn't go to Talk Sport anymore. From this week, I think it is. I think it's this week. There's another show, and we're like, well, never mind. It was fun while it lasted. I wish we'd done more of them. But we didn't know who it was. Now it turns out it's only Martin Kellner. Martin bloody Kellner. Flipping it. I'll gladly forego the lock-ins for the radio legend, the god of the airwaves that is Martin Kellner, another person shafted by the BBC and a brilliant broadcaster.
In fact, would it be completely out of order if we left early so we could listen to
I know! Martin flipping Kellner, honestly, you guys are spoilt now. Talk Sport is, Talk Radio, Talk Sport's got a run for its money. Talk Radio is really ramping up the competition through the nights. Paul Ross, I always get confused, Sunday night, Monday morning to Thursday night, Friday morning, 1 till 5. Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. Martin Kellner, 1 till 5. Flipping it! LBC, the jig's over. The jig is over, LBC. You will be destroyed on Through the Night.
The thing is, we're all going to die, though, of lack of sleep. Because there's no point at which it's time to go to sleep.
Absolutely destroy them. That is great news. I'm over the moon at that. Genuinely, as a radio geek, that is a thrill and a half. Evening, Jerry.
I've never heard of him, really.
Oh, mate, he's good. He's good, trust me.
You're going to love it.
Yeah, he's really good.
What's he been on?
What?
What stations he been on before?
He's been on loads. He was on Talk Radio back in the day.
I don't know.
Well, don't listen, mate. Honestly, this is good news. Don't matter. You haven't heard of him. You're gonna hear him, and he's bloody good.
Okay, give him a listen on you.
What? What?
I'll give him a listen.
You better give him a listen.
Have you ever met Rowan Rat?
Say that again. You're a little bit slow.
A bit not well today.
Yeah, I can tell that, man. We'll get there. Go on.
Have you ever met Roland Rat?
Have I ever met Roland Rat? No, but I think he tweeted support for me when I was in the jungle.
It's just like, I'd like to know he does the voice too.
Well, he's a rat. What do you mean?
He does the voice.
Yeah, well, Roland Rat does. He's a talking rat. I don't know what you mean.
What's that? Where's Zig and Zag?
I never met Zig. I never got Zig and Zag. I thought they were stupid.
I want to date with that woman.
Why are you phoning in to talk about 80s and 90s postmodern puppets?
I can't now. I want to date with that woman.
What?
That woman who offed herself the other day.
What woman who offed herself?
A woman in Tesco's.
So what are you... I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Hang on. Are you talking about Electric Mel?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Naughty Mel.
I'd throw me that into the ring.
Right, okay. I'm going to cut you off now.
I don't think that's very polite calling it a
hat
or a ring.
Well, we don't know. Speaking of the jungle, I've not watched much. I've watched some of the trials, and a little bit of the strawberry stuff, and that's it. That's all I've seen. And like the Ian's Journey or whatever it's called, because my boys wanted to watch that, and there's an app. We downloaded the app. You can watch, and that's it. Not seen all the trials. And then today I was on my YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to, because we've got 3,500 subscribers, and when we get to 5,000 subscribers, something's going to happen. I don't know what. I'm going to make something special. I don't know what it is. And I'm streaming video games on there. And we've got Matthew, who's, runs it and puts up... I think you can watch the show now on the YouTube channel. And there's Iain Lee versus Radio on there. And I hadn't realised he's put up loads of clips from the jungle. So I was flicking through it because I was trying to find something to see if I put something up or not. And Kath said, there's... And I watched... one bit. What bit was I watching?
It was the bit where you got in the car with Joe when you just first left.
It was 2 minutes in the back of the car with my sister when I just left the jungle. And I thought, I'll watch that, because I remember getting really bad motion sickness, and we had to keep stopping because I've had terrible motion sickness ever since. If I'm a passenger in a car, I think something happened to me when I went underwater. I think something's done something to my...
the bends.
Yeah, well, not the bends. I think it's either the going deep underwater or the bungee jump. Something's gone a bit loose. You know, you've got crystals in your ears.
Yeah.
Tiny little crystals that stop you, that keep you balanced, right? And if these crystals go out of, get moved around in the wrong place, you get vertigo, proper vertigo. Vertigo isn't being afraid of heights. Vertigo is when you just get a bit dizzy. And I think I've got that, honestly, in the back of cars, or even in the passenger seat of cars. I'm a mess.
But your ears have always been quite sensitive.
My ears have always been sensitive, but I've been all right in cars. I can't read in cars, and I can't look at my phone in cars, but anyway. So I watched that, and then Kath said, "Oh God, you haven't seen Dingo Bingo yet?" Which was a silly game that I played. And I said, "No, I'm not sure. Well, let's find it and watch it."
Funny.
And I watched it, and it's funny how it was 3.5 hours in terms of you have to go to the location, and it was night time. It was really late, and it was about 11 o'clock at night. We were all tired. There was loads of midges around and and I was in that Dingo Bingo booth for just under an hour, about 55 minutes, and it's cut down to 5 minutes of very slick TV. It's really strange seeing it. So I watched it, and there were some funny bits in it. They left out some good stuff, but it was some funny bits. And what I got from it was I felt really sad watching it. I felt really sad watching it. And I felt sad because it was such a big thing, and it was such a thrill to be part of it, right? And I'm never going to have that again, that kind of experience again. I felt sad because it was over. I felt sad because I feel a little bit lost. You know, when you're however much I complained about it, when you are in an environment that is completely protected, and you are made to feel, maybe not by the other people in that environment, but by the people who work in that environment, you're made to feel very, very special. Very special. And you're told what to do. You're told what to do. You don't know what you're going to do until someone says, right, you're going out to do this now. You know, so there is a certain air of uncertainty, of just kind of lying around, not knowing if you're going to do anything that day. But your life is not your own. Okay?
Is it a bit like you're a bit infantilised there?
Oh God, completely, because they told you when to eat. They told you when you could shower. They told you know.
And there's no point trying to fight that because they're in control.
No, exactly. So I just watched it, and I just felt. I was watching it, and I didn't recognise it as me. It looked like. I'm still not used to seeing me with a beard anyway, so it kind of looked up. I just didn't recognise it as me. And while I could remember doing it, it's so hard to explain. I could remember doing it, but I sort of felt like I don't know, I can't put it into words. Watching it as a spectator, it just made me sad. And I can't say any more than that. It's like post-holiday blues. It's that kind of thing. And it's also, when I was in there, I deliberately couldn't worry about, stuff that's going on at home and with the marriage and the kid. I couldn't worry about that stuff, right? And obviously now I'm out, I can worry about it all the flipping time. But, it was such an unreal environment. I don't know why I felt sad. I guess I miss it to a certain extent. I miss it. I miss hanging out with some of those people. I miss the excitement of you literally you walk through some bushes and then you see your torture. I miss that kind of stuff.
There's an innocence as well to it, because you didn't know just what was being picked up on or anything like that.
Yep.
So you know everything that's happened since.
And I tweeted this. I don't know what the next thing is in my life. You know, the next kind of project. I'm always looking for a project. And I knew about... Well, I found out I was doing the jungle when I was in Morocco. I had the meeting, I think, the week or 2 weeks before. 2 weeks before, I think, and they were going to tell me the next week, and then they didn't. And then I think on the Thursday I was in Morocco, whenever that was, October? Was that October? And I got a phone call from my agent, so I emailed him saying, have we heard anything about the jungle? And he said, I'm just on the phone to them now. Yeah. And he phoned up and he said, you're in. So I had that to look forward to for 2 months maybe, and it's exciting having a secret. It's really exciting having a big secret which you knew about, Sam didn't know about, my boss didn't know about, my boss's boss knew, but no one else here knew. And now I've got this wonderful radio show which I love. I'm not being ungrateful for that. I've got all these wonderful little bits and pieces, Loose Women and Good Morning Britain, and I've got about 5 more Loose Women's in the diary, 5 more Good Morning Britons. I've got the one show on Saturday which I'm filming in Reading, and remind me tomorrow to tell you where I'm going to be in Reading on Saturday, because we're talking about paying for care for care homes and things, and if you want to come and get advice, there's going to be some experts there, so that's going to be about 1 o'clock on Saturday, Reading. But I've got the rabbit hole, we've got these little bits and pieces, but I've not got kind of a big thing that I can be really excited about. I've not got a big thing that I can be really excited about.
And I also think that part of you is waiting for this particular wave of interest to be over.
Yeah.
So you can't really enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
Because you think every time you finish a run of these things, that could be the last thing.
Yeah, totally. Of course I do. I'll screw it up. Nearly swore then. I'll screw it up. I always. No. But my MO, modus operandi.
Well done.
Is to screw things up. Yeah. I always do.
Right, but this time you're ready, I think.
Nah, I'll do something. But I just feel this. And I tweeted last night, I just don't know what's going on. And I don't. And I'm saying it because I'm guessing that some people might identify with it to a certain extent. And it doesn't necessarily need to have been, something as big as the jungle or anything like that. Maybe it is a divorce, or maybe it is you've just lost a job, or maybe, you just had a nice weekend away in the Lake District and you now come back and it's like, oh, real life, real life is kind of a drag.
Or
man.
you finish school or university, right? So all your eggs have been focused. All your attention.
You focused your eggs.
Focus your eggs
on one basket.
Yeah, all your eggs have been in one basket. You've been focusing on finishing your exams. It's that moment where you've finished. It's done. No one needs anything from you anymore. So what are you going to do? So that's where my head is at, and there's all this stuff going on at home, which I've I've hinted about, and I've said it blatantly, and I don't really want to go into details because it's no one's business, apart from ours. And so there's just so much uncertainty. There's uncertainty. I don't know how much money I've got. I don't know where I'm going to be living in a year. It's just uncertainty around everything, and it would be nice to go, but in June. We've got that movie in June, I'm going to be whatever. I don't even know what I want that whatever to be, but it will be nice to have something that I can look forward to and say, but in September, don't forget, guys, I know it's a long way away, but I'm going to be doing whatever. I don't know. Did you write that email about Tampa?
No, because it's going to cost money. It's going to cost money. But no, I will. Good evening, David. Oh,
hello.
David, are you there?
Sorry, I was on loudspeaker.
That's okay. Are you off loudspeaker now?
I am.
You sure?
I am.
Okay, good. What have you called in for, David?
I was phoning in just to play the game.
Which game?
But after the game...
We're not playing a humming game, are we? Are we playing a humming game, David?
Name that tune.
Is it a humming game we're playing?
It is not.
Does it feel a bit inappropriate?
Just said.
Yeah, go on.
It's kind of.
Have I killed your game vibe?
No.
Yay! David, you absolute pudding! What were you thinking?
I know.
You're lucky it's not 12:30. No, well, you don't need to apologise. 12:30. If you'd done that, it'd have been cut off without with an area whisper. It's such a good game, isn't it, David?
It is. Can I just expand then?
Yeah, go on.
As you've given me a second chance.
Yeah, go on.
You've been talking. Obviously, I've been on hold listening to what you've been saying.
Yeah.
And sort of mentioning a few things that have been going on.
Yeah.
Through your own life.
Yeah.
Well, I made about 18 months ago biggest decision of my life to leave the police service.
Oh.
And start a new career as a train driver.
Wow. What can I ask? What prompted that? You don't need to answer that, obviously, but...
No, I will.
Go on.
I will. It was, without going into things too deeply, and turning it into some political chat, but it just basically was a job that I joined at the time, which in 2008 was still enjoyable and seemed as though it was going to be a career that I'd do for the rest of my career, working life. And then after about 4 years, suddenly all these cuts came in and whatnot. And my first son was born, and that then suddenly changed the aspect on everything that I thought about life.
Yeah, of course it does. You see, isn't it funny? You see things in a completely different way once you've got a baby, and you can't begin to imagine how you saw it, previously.
Yeah. Exactly.
David, listen, I've got to go to the news, but I'd love to talk to you a bit longer. Can you hang on for a couple of minutes? Is that all right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You're a good lad. Thank you very much indeed, because I do want to hear more. And it breaks my heart hearing people leaving, the services, whatever that service may be, whether it's military or police or ambulance, because of cuts, it breaks my heart. It really does. Stay there, David, and Jackie will come to you in a bit. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, tonight's show, of course, is sponsored by the words yes and by the words no. My name is Iain Lee. This is the late night alternative, only on Talk Radio. What an hour!
Talk and entertainment across the nation.
I will have a cup of
Talk Radio.
Give it some lift.
Steering wheel tappers, the 10 and 2s, Sunday drivers and dislikers of queues, beaded chairs, boombox boots, school runners and dashboard drummers, the singers, the seat adjusters, even the sat-nav addicts.
Take the next left. At Esso, we notice every detail. Whatever type of driver you are, remember to scan your Tesco Club card when you fill up at Esso. Esso. Energy lives here. For more information, visit esso.co.uk.
Jen runs the Split Screen Coffee Company.
I used to lose quite precious hours to my accounts, and now I've got Sage, and it just takes care of everything from the payments to my invoicing.
Get on with running your business instead of your business running you. From accounting, payroll and payments, Sage Business Cloud takes care of it all. Get started today and see what Sage can do for you. Visit sage.com/get started. Be Sage. Build on.
Even if you only employ one person, you have to provide a workplace pension. It's the law. Get to know your responsibilities with help from the pensions regulator. Visit workplacepensions.gov.uk.
I'll have a bed when we come back,
Don't
please.
be down. See, things are looking up. There's an upbeat upside to 2018 already. Just step up to the Renault Upgrade event. Upgrade your old car and get up to an additional £2,000 towards a Renault Kadjar, all-new Koleos or new Captur. It's up to you. Just order your upgrade by the 31st of March 2018. Visit Renault.co.uk/upgrade to find out more. Vehicles must be registered by the 31st of March 2018, subject to status, T's and C's apply, 18+. Retail customers only, participating dealers only.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
Good evening, I'm Ashley Tuttle. A mass brawl in Calais has left 4 teenage migrants in a critical condition. The victims from Eritrea in East Africa were shot during the mass fight, which involved around 100 people from Africa and Afghanistan and were armed with sticks, iron bars and stones. It's thought 2 fights broke out. One lasted nearly 2 hours. A man will be sentenced tomorrow for driving a van into a group of worshippers after saying he would kill all Muslims. One man died and a number of others were hurt in Finsbury Park in North London in June. The Met Police's counter-terror commander, Dean Hayden, has told Talk Radio 48-year-old Darren Osborne was radicalised incredibly quickly.
On 3 to 4 weeks on the lead up to the attack, he watched a documentary on the TV relevant to the Rochdale child abuse affair. From there, he accessed internet material online relevant to extreme right-wing groups, and we believe that, coupled with his kind of mindset, led him to committing the attack in the way he did.
MPs are debating whether hospital car parking charges should be scrapped. 4 years ago, the government called for more concessions or to make more spaces free at hospitals, but almost half have increased their hourly fees. Tory MP Robert Halford led the campaign and told James the charges were morally wrong, but despite that, the government just said they'd look at the guidelines again.
It's completely unjust. It's a stealth tax on the vulnerable. It's a stealth tax on patients.
Hello, Periscopers. How you doing?
Visiting their sick children. I mean, I said today in the House of Commons in my debate that we were told by charities that parents with incredibly sick children...
Ian, you are my everything. Thank you, not a stranger.
Their children. I'm trying to get the government...
Hey, RGE.
I was really disappointed in their response today.
The Football Association...
Hello, I Sniff. Hello, Daz. Jane, Crowland.
Discriminated against African players.
Favourite fruit?
Suspended.
I've got apples.
They cause mayhem.
No, figs. Fresh figs.
Network Fair.
Africa is a continent. This is not a.
This is your way.
All of whom you
I'm all right, thank you. It's a nice beard, isn't it?
And to do that,
I'm an okay bloke. I'm flawed. Favourite Arnie movie, The Running Man.
Windy and cold for most of the UK. Showers across the southwest of England, Wales and Northern Ireland.
Favourite plant, spider plant.
7 degrees.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Get an earful of unusual nocturnal emissions with radio's Lord of Misrule, Iain Lee. No relation, thank God.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Here we go, dear listener. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is the Late Night Alternative. You're listening to Talk Radio on DAB, via the app on your telephones or online at talkradio.co.uk. You can watch my show right now live as it's happening. You can either go to youtube.com/rabbithole, and I suggest you sign up and what's the word? Register? No. Anyway, just follow Rabbit Hole on YouTube, because you'll get notified whenever I live stream video games, Imagine, which I'm doing a lot of. Or you can watch us on Periscope, periscope.tv/Iain Lee. Hello everybody who is there, play nice. We're playing the Yes No game all night, for a bit of fun until 12:30, and then 12:30 we're going to take calls straight to air, and it's going to be a little bit more vicious. Once you come on air, you're playing 0344 499 1000. Jackie stayed there before the news. We were talking to David, who was a copper, and he was telling us that he left because he had a boy, and cuts and tings. David, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Cuts and tings. That was the phrase you used, wasn't it? Cuts and tings.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
But why train driving?
Because it pays well.
Does it? That's fair. That's fair enough. That's fair. That's a good enough answer.
Yeah, it pays well. It took me 3.5 years to get into the job.
Yeah.
And the numerous exams that you have to go through. So if you finally get there, believe it or not, you deserve it. But for me, it was just a mixture of the whole family life-work balance.
Yeah.
And that was it, really. Yeah. And so I was ringing up originally to play the game, and then there was a bit of a gap, and you talked about a few things that were a bit sort of close to home with certain things, and so then I did fail the game. And luckily you let me come back.
I don't want excuses for you being crap at the yes/no game. Don't try and turn it around and blame it on me, David. I do have a theory that the brighter you are, the worse you are at the game. I think that theory kind of holds true. Which is why I'm terrible at it. If I play, comes a cup of tea. Thank you, Kath.
You're welcome.
But so how long have you been a train driver for then? 3 years.
2 years.
2 years, okay. And it's going all right. You've not shut anybody in the doors, have you? And dragged. Hey, we got a train.
I don't do doors.
Oh,
don't do doors.
I don't do doors.
The Midlands.
We don't do doors. We got a train down from Great Yarmouth to where? Norfolk?
Norwich.
Norwich. And we got the train from Norwich to Liverpool Street in London, right? And as we got to get off the train, I was looking for the button, the open the door button. No, it was old school. You had to pull the window down and lean out and turn the door handle on the outside. I thought they got rid of all of those about 20 years ago.
So did I.
He loved it. We felt like the railway children.
Honestly, it was wonderful. I was so excited, David. And it was a modern train.
It was lovely.
It was a modern train. It was incredible. And that was one of the great joys of being a teenager. The train from Paddington to Slough, or even the train from Slough to Windsor, was being able to stick your head out the window and open the door before, because sometimes the bolt would go. You could open the door before it got there, but it was always a thrill to just open the window and stick your head out. It was a great gig. And then, of course, they stopped that once Vivian from the Young Ones was decapitated, didn't they?
Very nasty.
Yeah.
And he ended up kicking the head down the thing, didn't he? Down the track. So as soon as that happened, they I think that was the reason. I may have got it slightly wrong, but I'm sure that's the reason.
I think you're right.
Let me ask you a question, David. Are you happier now?
200%.
And that joy comes across in your voice.
I'm afraid.
And that's shame. Being a copper, it should be something that should be literally a badge you wear with pride and honour.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry that you felt shafted and that it wasn't working out for you like that.
I know. But the thing is, you know as well as me, you've touched upon the things that you've gone through yourself, which you have kind of had to deal with. Obviously, you know, as a emergency services employee, you go to certain things, deal with things which do have an impact on you, even though a lot of people try and put a brave face upon it.
Oh, I don't even want to begin to imagine what you lot see. I don't even want to begin to imagine. It must be horrendous.
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, I identified straight away when I was having maybe some issues with it.
Yeah.
Dealt with it, and then thought, for me, long-term future, mental health, financially.
Yeah.
This is not where me and my family need to be. Off I go.
You're a good man.
What I did.
You're a good man, and you're a good dad. You know, because no, I mean that because you've made tough decisions. It's always it's always tougher. Not always. Generally, it's tougher to go. You know what? This setup isn't working. What else what's over there? It's a tough thing to do, particularly when kids are involved, and you know every penny counts, and you're doing right by your family. How old is the boy now?
My son's 5 now. My daughter's 18 months.
How's it all going? Good. They're all healthy and well.
It's all good.
Yeah,
all good. But what I just literally before you cut me off.
yeah, which is going to happen. I'm hovering. Go on.
I know. But the thing I would say, literally, is In 18 months, I resigned from the police service.
Yeah.
Which was very hard. After nearly 9 years. Didn't have an offer of my actual job that I do now. I lied to my supervisor that I did.
Yeah. Wow.
Because
A policeman lying. I've never heard of that before. Oh, satire! 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 Cheeky. That one was below the belt. I'm sorry about that.
And because I just knew that I needed to leave.
Yeah, you had to get out.
And then for about 2 months, I dug holes with a friend who had a landscaping business from one end of the garden to the next. And he thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
And he said to me, he said, "What the hell are you doing?" And I said, "I don't care.
Yeah.
You tell me to dig a hole from the left to the right.
Yeah.
And I'll do it." And I felt literally like the pressure had been taken off my shoulders straight away.
Okay.
And then, thank God, my offer came through about a month after I'd left. And then, obviously, you have the wife come running towards you with, like, the Titanic music in the background. And you're thinking, bloody hell, that worked out.
Well done, David. I'm glad it worked out, mate. Thanks for calling.
Cheers.
Ta-ta. Well, what a nice man. What a good man. Jackie, you've been waiting the longest. Good evening, Jackie.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you, Jackie.
You know what? Good luck to David. I'm proud. He's a lovely man. And listening to his call, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Good luck to him.
Good luck to Dave. He's a good dad.
He is.
Good
He's
for
a
him.
good. He sounds a really good man.
Jackie, are you ready to play the game?
No, I don't.
Hey!
I'm not on to play the game.
Everyone that comes on plays the game whether they want to or not. It's a form of bullying.
Right, okay then.
Go on.
Right.
Go on. What would you like to say, Jackie?
Well, you know what my problem is with Periscope? How does this work?
Oh, are you the lady that got booted off?
Yeah, I've been disabled for the broadcast for saying, oh, right.
Hang on a minute. So what did you... So people are watching this on Periscope and people can comment. Now, Periscope has quite a strict filter, right? In that, I think this is how it works, Jackie. I don't really know, right?
They're all going mad on Periscope now. They want me back.
Well, no, okay, right, hang on. Right, so if someone does a comment that the computer thinks might be a little bit iffy, they put it up to a vote and they say, is this comment acceptable, yes or no? Now, the nature of monkey is irrepressible, but the nature of humankind is, and I know because I'm a humankind, is to, if it's a nice comment, a decent comment, you will go, nah, that's well out of order.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
I never do that. I usually go, oh, no, that's fine.
It's like when I play a video game and you have a choice of being good or evil. I go evil. Of course you do. It's much more fun.
So what he's saying is it's his fault,
No,
Jackie.
it's her fault. So, Jackie, tell me exactly what the comment was that got you booted off.
Well, my first one was to Leah. I mean, I'm just watching Periscope now. They're all
Screw those losers, because five... No, Jackie.
I love speaking to them.
Jackie,
nice.
5 of those people voted you off.
Well, I'd like to know who the 5 are. Come on, Periscopers, tell me who you are.
They won't tell you.
Well, this is like Big Brother.
And I bet, yeah, exactly, and it'll be the people you thought were closest to you that did it.
Oh, well, they're gone.
Tell us the comment. I like the way you said, my first comment. This is going to be...
My first comment, there was 2 comments, right?
Right.
My first one was, oh, right. And then we were all talking about little Jack.
Yes.
And thinking, he's a bit too young to be up at this time of night. And blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Nothing offensive and nothing else. Yeah. And we all agreed. He said he should be in bed and whatever. The next thing it came up, disabled for this broadcast.
Are you sure? I want the exact wording of that message.
It wasn't abusive. I'm not an abusive person. I'm so fair. It's unreal. Kath, back me up on this, please.
I'm Switzerland in this. I don't know what you said.
No, I don't know
You
what
might
you
have been effing and jeffing, Jackie.
You've not told us what you said. You're being very coy around what you said.
No, we just said he should... we just couldn't understand how old Jack was.
He's 13, and he's broke his hand. Let the lad stay up for a little bit. He's broken his...
Lovely, but 10 o'clock at night on a school night...
He's broken his hand!
He's not going to school tomorrow. He can't ride.
He's got a broken hand!
He's a lovely little boy, and he's gorgeous.
Did you call him a little SH1T?
No, I didn't.
I bet you did. I bet she did.
No.
She sounds like the sort.
Here we go. Yes, no game.
There we go.
No. Rose. Yeah.
Right. I can't do anything about it.
I know, but we just want to know how it worked, because some people have come on and sort of said, well, what's going on? Because I got blocked for this and I got blocked for that.
the Weatherfield one. No,
yeah,
that was...
they're all saying that on Periscope now. They're all backing me up.
She's the Wirral one.
Yeah.
I'm the Wirral one. Yeah. Don't be telling me I'm a Scouser. I'm not a Scouser.
No, I remember you, of course. No, you're much posher than.
We are. We're on the posh side of the peninsula.
There we go.
Okay.
Lionel Lil.
Right. What I wanted to, you know, what my other question was. I really wanted to know, you and Kath.
Yes.
Bit of fun.
Yeah, a little bit of fun.
Oh, here we go.
Cheeky fun.
Yeah, no, not cheeky.
A little bit of bum fun.
Just fun.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
If you could have 4 people round your dining table, alive or dead, who would you pick?
I prefer alive.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, if you could bring them back...
Do I have to do it? Because I don't like dinner parties.
Well, all right. You could be sitting in McDonald's.
I don't really want to... I don't like eating in front of people.
Doesn't like other people.
I don't...
Right. All right, well, we'll ask Kath then. She's more intelligent.
Oh. I'd have my best friend Ian.
Yeah,
just so I could watch him squirm sitting next to 3 other people he don't like.
I'm busy then.
I would have you. I would have... who would be fun? Stephen Fry.
Brilliant.
I would have...
Stephen Fry. It's so obvious.
Well, he can do all the talking. I don't have to entertain. Oh, do you know who I really like? Aisling B.
Who?
Yeah, she's a comedian, Irish comedian. I think she's funny.
Okay.
Oh, and Sharon Horgan.
Well, all right. I tell you what.
It's still my party.
Come on, Ian, play the game.
And who else?
You got 4.
George Clooney.
Okay.
Oh, boring.
I took my boys out to Pizza Express tonight before I came into work, and they were the most fun you could ever have.
You're not allowed your kids.
Of course you're allowed your kids.
No, you're not.
Don't bum-lick my children.
Yeah,
that's actually quite offensive. What you just said. That's actually offensive.
I think you're playing a game here.
Come on, Ian. Be serious now.
I'd have...
Me.
I'd have Paul McCartney.
Me.
You're not coming, because I'd actually... You'd annoy me. I'd have Paul McCartney.
Oh.
I'd have Bob Dylan.
Okay.
And I'd have Jesus Christ. How's about that then, guys and girls? I wouldn't have him. I'd have Jimmy Savile. I wouldn't have him. I'd have Jesus Christ, Paul McCartney, and Bob Dylan.
Right. Okay.
Oh, good. Right. Well, who would you have?
You obviously.
I'm not coming.
You will be. I'd tape you to the chair.
Wow.
Even if you didn't want to eat anything, I would make you sit there.
Listen to
you know what? My
Sandra
favourite actor
Bernhardt
of all time, because of Blade Runner, is Rutger Hauer.
Oh yeah.
Love to sit and talk to him.
I sat at this when I went to LA once, years and years ago. I went to a fancy restaurant, and the next table, Rutger Hauer was sat there. Imagine.
So jealous.
Yeah. And we had sex.
I did get a signed photograph of him years and years ago, and when I moved, I misplaced I don't know what happened to it. I was gutted.
I think your husband stole it.
I'm not married anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm happy.
Yes.
We're not going into that.
Let's not go into that now. Let's not.
Anyway,
no.
Thank you very much for taking my call.
Okay, thank you, Jackie.
And I'll speak to you
Don't
soon.
swear on the internet again. That's the lesson we've learned tonight. 0344 499 1000. Oh, there's an interesting name on the switchboard. No. Let's see. We'll go to it after this.
Talk Radio. Intelligent, organic entertainment.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Oh, I got my car a Ford Motorcraft service. It cost just £149 at a participating Ford dealer, and it included a 30-point e-check. Oh, well, at least my Ford will be prepared for winter.
Book your Ford Motorcraft service at ford.co.uk. Prices recommended retail price, including parts, labour and VAT. Terms and conditions apply.
Now you can make Sky TV your own. Start with a new Sky Entertainment Pack for £20 a month. Then do what I do. Add your own take.
Add 11 channels just for kids for £5 a month. Loads
It's the same name, so we'll see.
Or you have the right to add over 400 box sets. The whole lot for just £5 a month.
Start with new Sky Entertainment. Then make it yours. Search Sky TV. £20 standard set up for new customers. Kit loaned at no cost. New 18-month min term. Requires compatible box and broadband. Terms apply.
I've worked with loads of vinyl mats, but this upgraded Dulux Trade vinyl mat is something else. It's smooth, really smooth. Application-wise, it goes on brilliantly, and all with the same great opacity and coverage as before.
Oh, very good, love. Now hurry up and butter that toast.
We've upgraded Dulux Trade Vinyl Mat to offer a smoother consistency and easier application, because what matters to you matters to us. Upgraded Dulux Trade Vinyl Mat. Find out more at duluxtradepaintexpert.co.uk.
I'm Jane, the IT support here. Everyone thinks they know me. But when people ask, how was your weekend? I say I was loading international aid onto a transport plane. You should see their faces. As an RAF reserve, I get paid to get out with the full-timers. And they're training me up to manage a team. Last week, my commanding officer asked me to green light takeoff. It doesn't get much better than that.
Make your spare time count with over 40 roles. Commit only 27 days a year. Search RAF Reserves.
Winter's coming, so get your Ford ready with a Motorcraft service for just £149 at participating Ford dealers. Book at ford.co.uk. Price is recommended retail price.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Giselle, stay there. Let's go to Rocky.
It's not Rocky, it's Rob. I don't know where you got.
Oh, I got all excited then. Hello, Rob. Why does it say right? Sam, you're fired. Hello.
Yeah, fine. Firstly, I blocked Jackie. I thought she was outrageous on Periscope.
Yeah,
one of the blockers.
she sounds like she needed blocking. Actually, I didn't want to say it to her.
Do you know what? She actually sounded like good fun, to be honest.
Steady on, mate. What's good? You mean good fun? I've just seen a picture of her as well.
Hey, Ian, I'm phoning you. I'm one of these long-term listeners, first-time calling.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. You're my kind of guy.
And I'm talking LBC Absolute, three counties all the way through.
Wow,
so,
hardcore. You were even with me in the lost years. Gosh, that's incredible. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Well, no. Now I'm phoning you to thank you, and I'm phoning to thank you because I messaged you through Periscope because I was going to New York last year.
Oh yeah.
And I sent you a message, and I said to you, if I was to go to a restaurant, where should I go? And you said go to the Stardust.
Yes.
Restaurant.
Yeah,
do you remember?
Yeah, I do. Did I email you that?
Yeah, no. What happened was you messaged me, and I think you said it through. You said it through Periscope.
Okay.
And then I went to New York and I messaged you when I came back, and I said I went.
Yeah.
And what a fantastic place it was.
For those who don't know, right, we've got loads of new listeners. At some point last year, me and Kath took the show to New York for a week, and we landed there on a Sunday. And the first day, we dropped the stuff off at the hotel, and we just went for a walk up Broadway into Central Park and all of that. And we stumbled across, what's it called? The
Stardust. Ellen Stardust, yeah.
We in fact just stumbled across this restaurant.
Just off Broadway.
Yeah, just off Broadway. Should we go in here? We looked through the window, and there were people stood on the tables. And I went, this could be a laugh, or it could be hell. Let's go in and have a look. And it's this brilliant diner, and all the staff are out of work actors, right?
And in work as waiters.
Well, yeah, they're working as waiters. They're
wannabe Broadway stars.
Oh yeah, and some of them have done Broadway shows. Some of them, men and women, and and let's be honest, some of the singing, you can see why perhaps they're not getting the work that they think they deserve. But
yeah, but they do it with pizzazz,
enthusiasm, and exuberance, and the show, and you're sat there eating, and there's a walkway through the middle which is raised, and people they go, okay, well that's my turn over. I want to bring out one of my best friends,
it's Lucy!
Well, it was amazing. I tell you what, so because of your recommendation, it was the last restaurant we went to, and I was with my wife and my 3 boys and my daughter, and I said, we must go to this place. And it was the last day of a week in New York, and we went down there, and there was a big queue outside.
Yeah.
And my wife and my daughter going, this is fantastic. My 3 boys are saying, do we really want to do this? And we queued up, and we went out. I said, no, Ian and Kath have recommended this place. We've got to do this. And we went in, and my wife and my daughter had a fantastic time. My 3 boys sat there and cringed through the whole experience to the point where my oldest son was looking at me saying, just head in his hands. When they came up, they were singing with the microphone and put it in his face. And it was wonderful.
How old?
Wonderful.
How old are your boys and how old's your girl?
So now I have to explain this, right? So I've been married to my children are by the same woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my oldest is 18, my youngest is 7.
Yeah.
And there's a 4-year age gap in between. And so 18, 14, 11, and 7. And the way I explain that, so 3 boys and a girl, is it's taken us 4 years to forget what it's like having a newborn baby in the house.
Yeah, I bet it does. It does.
You know?
Yeah, you do forget.
And then and people say, what happened? Alcohol.
Yeah.
and then we wake up, what happened? And my wife says, there's another one coming, and we think fantastic. Then we go through the newborn in the house, and 4 years later, we forget what it's like, and another one comes along. So
it's the way to do it.
There we go.
So those boys were of ages where, that would perhaps not be their favourite thing. But a 7-year-old girl, that's paradise.
When we were in there, we were looking round at the other kids' face, and you know what it's like when you're somewhere without your children.
There's a table next to us.
We were looking, weren't they? And the kids' faces were lighting up.
The girls were loving it.
My kids would have loved that.
Yeah, my boys are at the age where they'd love it.
Yeah.
A couple of years hence, they might not. Hence,
getting you.
But yeah, but also the food was great, wasn't it?
It was all right. It was okay, but I'll be honest with you, it was all right. But the entertainment was. Now, one other thing, because conscious of other callers.
Yeah.
Two things. One question, and then I want to play the yes no game. One question is, this is like a really boring question, but I'll pose it to you anyway. What film do you think they should have made a follow-up movie to?
Do you know what? That's actually a genius question. That is a genius question.
Yeah, but if a film is that good that you want more, they shouldn't make.
They should have made a follow-up to The Godfather Part 3 and called it The Godfather Part 4.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Okay, I'll give you an E.T.
Well, they were. I thought, because I remember at the time there were rumours going around they were going to make another like E.T. 2, and it was either going to be Elliot Goes to E.T. Land. Or E.T. was going to come back with his girlfriend.
Oh, come on.
That was that was floating around, and I don't know why they didn't do an E.T. 2. He's right. Of course, they should have done an E.T. 2.
I think they should remake. They should remake Annie and show what a spoilt cow she becomes.
Well, hang on a minute. Can I? Sorry, Rob. I've got to be a pendant. They're not talking about remakes. We're talking about sequels.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but you said I know. You said remake, and then you explained the plot of a sequel. So just really choose your words carefully, right?
It's a follow-up. It's a sequel. It's no remake. So
it's not a remake.
All right.
It's a sequel.
All right. God, I hate boys.
What a spod.
So Spielberg said he couldn't do a follow-up to E.T. because it was the most perfect film he ever made.
Well, all right, hang on a minute. If it was the most perfect, then why did he go back and get rid of all the guns and get rid of the guns and the cigarettes and turn them into torches? And then why did he go back later and reanimate E.T. if it was so perfect?
Because Spielberg is full of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you know he's talking about? Can I play yes no game?
Well, I don't know if you're good enough to play it. What do you think?
I think I might be.
Are you sure?
Possibly.
Okay, so you said you got 2 boys and 2 girls. What were their names?
Oliver, Edward, Joseph, and Bonnie.
Hang on, that's 3 boys.
That's 3 boys and 1 girl.
Okie dokie. And you're sure they're all yours?
I would hope so.
You sure?
You can never be sure.
Wow, I hope your wife's not listening.
So basically, he's suggesting his wife
playing away.
His wife playing outrageous behaviour. When did you go to New York? I can't remember. You did tell me.
I went during August.
I went during... It's like I'm speaking to...
August would do, wouldn't it?
I'm speaking to an algorithm. I went during August. It gets flipping hot in August there, doesn't it?
It was hot when you were out there because you were complaining about the heat, but when we went out there, that probably, I don't know, a few months later, it was perfect. It was warm but not humid. Because you were complaining about the humidity, right?
Yeah, we were in June. Oh, you just said yeah?
Yeah. He said yeah! Thank you, Rob. No, hang on a bit. I'm allowed to say yes or no. I'm Des O'Connor.
I didn't know that was a...
Oh, get lost.
And he said I didn't know that. That counts.
No, it doesn't count.
All right.
This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The incredible new sound of Talk Radio.
The no-nonsense breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer.
The biggest breaking news stories, headline-grabbing guests, and razor-sharp opinion.
Join me, Julia Hartley-Brewer, when I'll be turning up the heat every morning from 6:30 with an essential mix of straight-talking debate, heavyweight political guests, and fearless comment. Waking up the nation with a brand new breakfast conversation.
The no-nonsense breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer.
Tomorrow morning from 6:30
on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Good evening, Giselle.
Hello.
Hello, Giselle. How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Are you sure? You don't sound convinced.
I'm not convinced.
Are you not?
Not entirely.
I love the fact that by playing this game, it is creating the most stilted 3 hours of radio.
Yeah, stirring up quite a bit of resentment as
Call
well.
up the areas.
Sorry?
Call up the areas.
Call up the areas! What have you got for us, Giselle?
I heard you mention earlier that you had the luxury of travelling on one of those old-style trains from Norwich to Liverpool Street.
Did I?
Yeah, you
did. Easy.
When you came from Yarmouth.
Yeah, I know I did. I just saw an easy opportunity to get you to say yeah.
You did.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I did it. So I've done it now. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was one of the, but it was like a modern train. It had Wi-Fi and food, and the food was all right. But then at the end, you had to stick your head out the window and do the handle.
Yeah. I can't operate. I have to get somebody to stand in front of me because I'm so short that my arm doesn't reach the door handle.
If you lean out and reach the door handle, your feet just swinging in the air.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dingle dangle.
It's like a Diablo or something in the air.
Wowza.
How tall are you, Giselle?
I can't actually reach it.
How tall are we talking?
4'11.5".
Wow,
That half is important, but I like.
It's very important.
My first girlfriend, when I was 6'4", was 5 foot.
Wow.
And it was, and I.
You enjoyed that?
I did enjoy that. Yeah, fun times. But so you've got. So hang on. Did you tweet me that this is down to Penzance? They still have these trains.
No, I didn't tweet you. I just said no. Damn.
No, it's okay. Listen, we destroyed you at this, Giselle. I don't want to humiliate you any more than I already have. Oh, someone just did. No, I like those trains because this is the thing. This is what the kids don't know these days, right? In the 70s and 80s, and for a bit of the 90s as well, travelling was really dangerous. Everything was dangerous. And now, what with health and safety and political correctness
and locks
and the influx of Poles and Muslims, everything is so safe these days. Everything is safe. It's unbelievable.
They don't have chargers on those trains, though. They don't have charging ports, so you can't sit there and do any work or play on the phone.
This one had
a plug.
This one had plugs on it. They're plugs.
Oh, wow.
There are plug sockets all the way down on a train. How do they do that?
I don't know. I don't understand electrical mechanics.
And it had Wi-Fi.
Yeah. The Wi-Fi was great. I was watching...
No,
you didn't. It was free, and I was watching a movie. On a train. I hadn't downloaded it. It was happy days.
It was the future. And the past.
Yeah. I like trains. I like trains a lot. And if they weren't so expensive, and if then when you got to either end of your train journey, you didn't require a car, I'd be travelling by trains all the time. But you need cars at the other end.
Yeah.
And so you add up the train fare. If you're going to get a taxi, put that on top, and then a taxi back, and it's a fortune.
If I didn't work these hours, this journey would be much easier on train.
Oh,
but it would be so expensive.
No, mine would be straight to Waterloo, Windsor to Waterloo. It's 20 quid a day, 100 quid a week. I don't pay congestion charge because I put Vaseline on my number plates. So I'm quids in. I think that works. Giselle, did we get everything you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Yay! Thanks for calling.
Sucker.
Absolute.
I said sucker.
Yeah, okay, just to clarify, that was what I said there. And there we go, 95 minutes into the show, the switchboard is empty. That's not a bad run, is it? That's not a bad run for a Thursday night. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. In an hour, we'll do life or death, yes or no, where you call straight to air and you stay on as long as you can.
Enough screwing around now, kids. This is where it gets serious.
And also, I don't want any of this. I don't want any ums and ahs and no hesitations. You've got to answer the question.
And also, not okay. And
the answer has to resonate with the question.
Yes, so no bananas.
No banana. Who was that doing?
Jack.
Jack.
Mind you, I'd allow Jack to do that.
He was probably high on morphine.
His poor hand.
No, not because of the hand, just because he was a teenager.
Oh.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Oh. Here's a story. Time for a sexy story?
Always.
Okay. A pensioner has been banned from... a pensioner has been... Sorry?
Well, you say sexy story, then you say a pensioner has been banned. It's never going to end well, is it?
Pensioners can be sexy creatures.
Yeah, but to be banned for something.
Not Jeanette Cranky. The woman who plays the Queen.
Helen Mirren.
It's not.
She's been banned?
No. A pensioner has been banned from farms in Britain after being caught abusing a cow.
Oh, my God.
For his own sexual pleasure.
Well, it's not for the cows, is it?
Shocked neighbours saw John Curnow, and there's a picture of John there.
Oh, John.
And you know you're having a bad day when in the Daily Mirror there's a picture of you, and underneath it says pervert.
But they didn't really need to underline that, did they?
Shocked neighbours saw John Curnow, 80, stroking and talking to a herd of 150 cows and trying to have sex with one of them.
Oh, gosh.
The farm's owners, who says the cows are part of the family... So you go and kill your children as well and then serve their heads up for...
I don't milk my family members.
Well. I don't actually know where to look. I can't look at her now, because that's embarrassed me. That's embarrassed me a lot. Ah, there you are. The farm's owners, who say the cows are part of their family, and they do milk the family members, also twice caught him with his pants and trousers down last summer.
Oh.
After being arrested, he told police, "I'm not a violent person. I have a weakness with animals. Your sweetness is my weakness." Curnow of Wembley, North London, was found... Here we go. Oh, Scott doesn't listen to phone and radio anymore. Was found guilty of 2 counts of outraging public decency by molesting cows at Park Lodge Farm in Uxbridge.
Oh, God.
Uxbridge. Magistrates banned him from farms and will sentence him later. I'm going to take a photo of that.
Banned from farms.
Banned from farms. That means every farm is going to have that picture of John Curnow
on the gate. No.
With the word pervert. Deary me.
He keeps going back to the same place. Maybe he's
in love.
Yeah.
Maybe he's in love.
Out of all of the 100, he's picked one.
A cow.
No.
They must... I don't know.
Cows are quite aggressive, aren't they, in herds? Why don't they see him off?
Maybe it did see him off. We don't know how far he got. Here's the thing, right? I've seen All Creatures Great and Small. You can get 2 hands inside a cow.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you
It's
should.
like a joss stick in a cathedral, isn't it? Oh my God. Isn't it though? Wizard sleep.
It's none of his business.
No.
That was a medical procedure. Interfering with cows.
We really have plumbed new depths this evening, haven't we? Let's take a break.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A radio star is born.
You're going to love
Talk Radio.
Brighten up your mornings and take a break from the New Year blues with Mike Graham on Talk Radio with the Sun Holiday Shop. Listen to Talk Radio every weekday morning from 10 for 3 hours packed full of fabulous features, great value guests, and quick-fire calls on all of the day's top talking points. Don't miss Mike Graham on Talk Radio with the Sun Holiday Shop. Great value breaks all year round, brought to you by the Sun Holiday Shop. For more information, go to thesun.co.uk/holiday shop.
You'll save 10p a litre on fuel when you spend £60 at Tesco. We wouldn't want you running on empty. Tesco, every little helps. Qualifying spend, conditions and exclusions apply. Ends 11th February.
You're on the touchline, freezing. And as your little girl glides across the pitch and scores in the top corner, you think, I can't feel my toes. You take out your phone, tap the Hive app and adjust the smart thermostat to make sure it's nice and cosy when you get home.
Join over 500,000 people using Hive Active Heating, and you could save up to £130 per year on your heating bill. Search Hive to discover more. Hive. Let's get living. Hive services require broadband connection. Terms apply.
As an employer, I like to look after my staff. Like remembering birthdays and making sure we don't run out of tea bags, that sort of thing. But I'm also responsible for the really important things too, like providing a workplace pension. But I've no say in what's on the radio.
Even if you only employ one person, you have to provide a workplace pension. It's the law. Get to know your responsibilities with help from the pensions regulator. Visit workplacepensions.gov.uk.
George McTavish, Neephead Galloway, you have been found guilty of presenting dangerously compelling radio. How do you plead?
Guilty as charged. Never said that before. The mother of all talk shows with George Galloway.
Join me for 3 hours of double galvanized opinion, supercharged debate, and highly energized crystalline vision.
Radio Free Galloway.
Knock me right down and I'll bounce right back.
The mother of all talk shows with George Galloway.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Tomorrow night from 7
on the nation's new home of sizzling debate,
Talk Radio. Maybe you can't handle the truth.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
03444991000, 12:30. We're going to take calls straight to air and play Life or Death. Life and Death, yes or no. Where we, you call in, I read out a celebrity's name, and I say life or death, and you say yes or no. And we decide which celebrity we're going to kill. No! What? That's got way more complicated.
Although, when you meet ITV...
Yes. It's an idea, isn't it? We are going to play yes or no game, but it's really going to count. We're playing yes or no game with everyone tonight, and we're winning. House is winning. House rules. But we will...
Cut you off if you mess up.
Stop talking to me. I'm talking.
Well...
Stop it.
I'm talking too much.
Good evening, Simon.
Hi, Ian. Hiya, Kath.
Hello, Simon.
Are you right?
Okay, thank you. And yourself?
So far.
I love it. Everyone's just doing this very monotone, I'm okay, thank you. And yourself, how are you doing? I'm doing all right. I tell you what I'm doing. I'm in a good mood. Because I got some T-shirts from the Beano. The Beano sent me some T-shirts, right? Because I tweeted... Sorry?
Really?
I thought you said, oh, yeah.
I thought about it, but didn't quite say it.
Did those words come out of your mouth?
No, not quite.
No, 19? You haven't actually... You haven't really got a stammer, have you?
No, you win on that one.
Oh.
Hey! So,
what was that?
So, hang on a minute. I tweeted... I mentioned the Beano on Twitter or something, and they sent me a load of T-shirts, and it said... your kids are going to think you're a cool dad, right? So I thought they were T-shirts for the kids. So I took them home to Dan and said, I've got some T-shirts for you. And they got them out and they were massive. And they were like adult size.
Right.
So I was like, and there were 4 of them, right? I was like, oh, do you want them? I said, yeah. I said, I think they're massive. They're adult size. They said, yeah, I said, why don't I have them? And I'll buy you some more. But one of them has got, it's Banana Man. And it's got the, hang on a minute. Let me go to Beano.com, right?
It's not an inappropriate Banana Man, is it? Is it?
It kind of is.
Oh
I saw it and I thought, oh, that's a little bit. So hang on a minute. So go to menu. Beano.com is the place to go to. Clothing and accessories, grown-ups, right? So it's
what's Eric from Arcacia Avenue doing?
It's Banana Man. It says kiss my potassium.
Oh.
But the ass in potassium is highlighted. You have a look, Beano.com, and then go to clothing and adults and scroll. I mean, it's a great T-shirt. Kiss my potassium. But it's not really
Beano shop
appropriate for kids. So I've ordered them some other T-shirts. But there's some good stuff. And while I was on there, I've subscribed to the Beano for a year.
Oh, my daughter's... Oh, I like the Dennis the Menace T-shirt. I might have to have one.
No, because I've got that, and I've just never had the guts to wear it.
Yeah, but it'll look cool on me.
Okay, it'll look cool on me. But you don't get any more the wallet and stuff that you used to get.
Oh, what, and the fuzzy badge?
Yeah, you don't get that.
That's a bit cack.
But anyway, I've subscribed to them, so that's that. Kiss my potassium. Anyway, Simon, yes, go on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
JL from another JL. This is the ultimate JL.
Okay.
I know it's about 72 hours old, but the ultimate JL.
Yeah.
Janice Long.
Janice Long, Keith Chegwin's sister.
That's right, that's right. And the other thing was...
I like Janice Long.
Yeah, I thought your handling last night of Kieran was brilliant. And I went back today to look for it and can't find it.
Well, listen, that episode will live forever in our memories, and there'll be a best of podcast. What was in the best of podcast?
Not that.
Okay. Well, we can put that out. That can go out.
Well, I just thought best not.
No, we can put that out as a best
Well,
of.
no, the best of podcast is something else and just as good.
There'll be a best of. But let's just let that one live in our memories.
Okay, right.
Shall we? Just we could put it out, but it just makes life easier if that one sits on the shelf gathering dust for a little while.
Did you discover who it was or not?
No. We don't. We have no idea who that was.
Let's hope he rings again, because I'm sure you can handle it just as well.
Oh, it was fun. I had a great time. And this is the thing, guys. If people want to phone up and say they think the show is crap, or they think I'm a crap dad or a terrible human being, I mean, I don't know why you'd want to phone up and tell someone that, but this is probably the only show in this country and one of the few shows in the world. Well, you'll get a fair crack of the whip. If anything, you'll get more cracks of the whip than anyone else. So, if Kieran wants to phone up again, he'd be very, very welcome. But, I feel sorry for his poor, pathetic, sad little life.
I think Kieran playing the yes-no game would be entertaining.
Oh, bless him. Well, it was a good old show, but onwards and upwards, Simon. Was there something else?
Cheers. No, that's it. Cheers, Ian. Good to talk.
There we go. Thank you. It's good to talk. As Bob Hoskins once said, 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Here's a good story. Tony Blackburn's 75th birthday the other day. 75 years old. He's brilliant. So, I've had the great pleasure. I've got the same agent as Tony now. But when we were at the BBC, he used to work there, and he would come in, and I think he'd come in like every fortnight and pre-record 2 shows, and then he'd come in on a Friday. And
because that man worked hard. He wasn't just working at 3 counties.
He was at 5 stations.
Yeah,
5 stations. And it was always a joy when Tony Blackburn walked into the office, because he just always had something to say. And I'm in awe of him, right? Because he is, whatever you may think of what he became, right? And it became uncool, the smashy nicey thing. He was always on the radio when I was a kid. He was always on the radio, and he was always there. And that kind of broadcasting became a bit uncool. But to still be working 50 years later, right, and working high profile. He's back on BBC London. He's on Radio 2. He's all of this stuff. You've got to be doing something right. And he's brilliant. He's brilliant, right? And it was a thrill that I'd be sat there, because I didn't want to really bother him. he'd wander over to us because I think he gets a little bit lonely, a little bit bored working. So he'd wander over to us and he'd chat, he'd chat and he'd talk nonsense and he'd make jokes and it was wonderful.
The other thing about him is he is just a really nice bloke. There appears to be no side with him whatsoever. And I've met a number of that generation of broadcaster where they were massive, and we're talking like movie star massive because there was only 3 channels. Was there 3 channels? 2 channels probably.
Yeah.
But he's not affected by it at all. Just a really, really sound bloke.
He used to listen to my LBC show, and I saw him once at an award thing, and he said, "I've just got to say, I love your show." And I was like, "Wow!" And I never forget once. This may be before I met him. We had a Tony Blackburn impersonator would phone. "Hey, it's Tony Blackburn here," and it was a pretty good impression, pretty good. And while he was on, my producer Chris typed on the screen, "I've got real Tony Blackburn's phone number. Should we give him a call?" I went, "Yeah, she'll be brilliant." So we had fake Tony Blackburn and then real Tony Blackburn on. It was one of my favourite things, and he's such a good sport. Anyway, listen to this, right? Because he did get shafted a bit by the BBC, and that's all. There's been proved to be a mistake on their part. Tony Blackburn has signed a 2-year deal with Radio 2 at the age of 75, but joked he hopes he lives long enough to see it out. You can't shut him up, that man. The Golden Hour and Sounds of the 60s host's contract will run until 2020. Well done, mate. Tony said, "I have got another 2-year contract with the BBC. It's a matter of actually trying to live as long as your contract's now. It's a massive vote of confidence, blah, blah, blah," stuff that went on, and I don't really want to go into that because the BBC screwed it up massively.
But he was so gracious about it.
Yeah. Oh,
even though it hurt,
they shafted him.
It
broke his heart, and I thought that was going to kill him, He hosts Tony Blackburn's Golden Hour on Fridays at 7 and the 2-hour Sounds of the 60s at 6 a.m. on Saturdays, repeated Sundays. The veteran DJ said of staying on air, "I think you can keep going so long as the voice is there." Terry Wogan would have carried on, but he added, "Some people go on a bit too long." Tony hosted his first BBC radio programme in August 1967, then launched BBC Radio 1 the following month as its first breakfast show host. There's a nice bit of good news of a good person getting what they deserve, and then some. Well done, Tony, that we should still be doing this. Jesus, only in 31 years. I was doing death maths today. A lot of death maths.
Well, that's always healthy.
Here we go. If in doubt, go to the Daily Mirror, page 8 or page 11. They'll always fill it up with some tap. KFC's hip-hop chicken ad is Britain's foulest, judging by the number of complaints.
Oh.
It pulled 755 moans ahead of Money Supermarket's Strutters versus Builders at number 2. Despite 30,000 complaints in 2017, the ASA, the Advertising Standards Agency, found no grounds to ban any of the top 10, although in a number of cases the ads were withdrawn before they were investigated. Okay, so here we have the top 10 most complained about adverts. Oh, wow. Are these of ever? Yeah, they are. Number five. This is brilliant, right? And some of you will know who was in this ad. McDonald's ad featuring a boy. Oh, no, it's a different one. Alex Lowe was in an ad for McDonald's. And the premise was he only got to see his son at weekends, and Vanessa Feltz complained about it, but the ad got pulled off.
Why? Because it was the only thing they could talk about.
Yeah, something, I don't know. Alex was going to be on a repeat fee.
Ah,
he'd have made a fortune. McDonald's ad featuring a boy and his mum talking about his dead father and a Filet-O-Fish burger. 256 complaints. McDonald's apologised and pulled the ad. Right, number 10. Maltesers ad featuring a woman in a wheelchair who described a spasm during a romantic moment with her boyfriend. 92 complaints, not upheld. The ASA said, "We didn't think the allusion to the woman's romantic encounter would cause serious or widespread offence. Portraying the woman in a wheelchair in this manner was championing diversity." God. What is this for? Oh, God. People are idiots. It's an advert for Macmillan Cancer,
yeah,
right?
Who everyone loves, right? Universally.
Cancer sufferer shown receiving chemotherapy vomiting in a sink and crying before being comforted by a nurse. 116 complaints. So,
gosh,
showing what happens when you got cancer.
That's what offends you. Wow.
The ASA said, we understood some scenes, particularly the one in which the man vomited, were distressing to some.
Yeah, we didn't see it coming out of his mouth.
But we believe they illustrated the reality.
Yeah.
Scheduling restrictions meant it wouldn't be shown around children's programmes. O2. Advert for O2. Two men kiss and break a smartphone screen as one is pressed down on a table. 125 complaints. These bloody gays. These gays advertising phones and networks. What is the world coming to if even homos can use mobile phones? Of course they use mobile phones for Grindr.
Oh, God.
Imagine that, two blokes kissing it. Oh, no. Phone number. Get the number for Ofcom.
Make them fight, that's better.
The ASA said, we noted that the scene in question was brief and did not contain any graphic or overly sexual imagery.
Or tongues.
And the depiction of a gay couple would not cause serious or widespread offence, except to bigots and idiots. Curry's PC World. Mum and Dad reduced their kids to tears by telling them Christmas will be traditional with no TV, then revealed they were joking as they led them into a room with a state-of-the-art TV. 131 complaints, not upheld.
Not upheld.
ASA said any allusions to consumerism might be perceived to be in bad taste by some, but they are unlikely to cause serious offence. VI Poo.
Oh, wow, that.
Hollywood starlet sprays air freshener over cartoon toilet nasties.
Yeah, and they look like donuts.
It was a light-hearted way of introducing the product. We didn't consider its reference to the devil's dumplings likely to break our rules on offence. I must admit, I didn't like the name VI Poo.
No, but the devil's dumplings, they deserve extra points for that.
Match.com showing a lesbian couple kissing. 293 complaints. That's 170 complaints more than the gay men. So that proves that despite what we might think, people are more prejudiced against lesbians.
Or they were complaining that the scene was not held long enough.
Dove, number 3.
Oh, I know what this one is.
What is it?
Is this the one where she takes a black woman takes her skin off and becomes a white woman?
No.
Oh, right.
Dove breastfeeding ad asked for debate on rights and wrongs in MAG's social media and website. I didn't get why this one got so many complaints, and I remember this. Money supermarket strutters versus builders dance-off, with female builder out-twerking them all. Remember that advert?
Yeah.
455 complaints not upheld. We thought that the characters' movements would be seen as dance moves and not in a sexual context. We ruled it was unlikely to condone or encourage any harmful discriminatory behaviour. And KFC, number 1, KFC's Dancing Chicken, 755 complaints, not upheld. I don't know what that one is. I've not seen that one.
No.
But just, I mean, if an advert's lying, I just get people complain about it. Although, saying that, and we've got to go to the news in a minute, and then we'll go to Cedric. Wait there, we'll come to you after the news. I have been thinking as I get older that Mary Whitehouse was more right, was right more than I would perhaps give her credit for. There is no one now. I remember at the time she was a laughingstock, but she was kind of right in that she would often say something along the lines of, this is the tip of the iceberg. It's the
thin end of the wedge.
Thin end of the wedge. We'll go to Helena Hancock and things will get worse. And things have got worse. We were watching Naked Attraction the other day.
Imagine if she saw Geordie Shore.
Exactly. And I do kind of look at I don't really watch television now, but I do look at it as a cesspit of the lowest common denominator.
Well, that bit yesterday with Jess from Big Brother.
Your timings are terrible.
We'll talk about it after the news.
Thank you very much indeed. We will talk about it after the news. Cedric, stay there. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Periscopers, I'm going to come up to the screen and talk to you during the news. So if you have anything you want to say or you want to watch my face close up, you can. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio, the 21st century dream team of dialogue, debate and discourse.
Talk Radio, give it some lip. Talk Radio.
Hello, Periscopers.
What
happened?
When we play Grab a Getaway with the Sun Halls from £9.50. Listen to Julia.
Hey, Catherine. Hey, Ed. Hey, Lance.
This week from 6:30.
I don't like reggae, Danny, no. I love it!
Cryptic clue, and you could
Sally,
and win a 7-night
Cornish Holly.
break for a family of 4. Oh, yeah! Play Grab a Getaway
It's all right tonight, isn't it?
Talk Radio with the sun
Let me sit
holes
down.
from
Let me sit down,
£9.50.
yeah.
For more information,
Wagwan.
go to thesun.co.uk/holidays. Terms and conditions.
Favourite TV shows, The Monkeys.
Tesco crates of Foster's,
The Good Place at the moment.
Coors Light at only £9.
Live sex has happened. I finished off. Just farted then.
18 plus ends 6 February.
My biggest fear is my kids dying.
Want to know if you've had PPI? Find out with
Andre
a
the
free
Giant
PPI
Doc. Yeah, what's
check.
that?
Emmanuel
Yeah, this is
received
live, Darkside.
£2,400 on her Barclay card. I'd already attempted to
I'm
make
not
my
blocking
PPI,
anybody.
but with no success, so I wasn't hopeful.
I was on there 4 o'clock, I think it was.
surprised.
Wasn't it 4 o'clock?
With the claim deadline set for August 2019, text check
The bid
to
is staying for a moment. I like it. I want it to get a bit longer here, though. No follow-throughs for a while.
To 80800.
No filming.
Highways England is here to improve your journey. Have you noticed the red X's above you when driving on the motorway? Think they're not important?
I've had an alright day.
Think again.
Do a lot.
They mean there's an obstruction or danger up ahead. So if you see one, you must change lanes safely to avoid a penalty, or even worse. So when you see a red X,
thanks, Ed.
It's there for a reason.
Good places, Ace.
For more information on red X's,
it's okay, Stacey.
Search online for smart
Imani
motorways.
Coppola.
Across the UK.
I want to go and make a documentary about her. Straight to LB 12:30.
Radio on the
Hey,
hour
Joe.
news headlines.
Good evening, I'm Ashley
Next on
Tassel.
TV.
The Met
Pals are
Police
alright,
told
actually.
Talk Radio
I think I'm on TV next week doing something. I might be on
added insult to the victim's
Good Morning
injuries
Britain one day next
by
week.
claiming he wasn't driving the van that ploughed into Muslims.
Oh, what are you doing a live stream again tonight? No, sorry.
Murder and attempted murder earlier, despite insisting a mysterious man called Dave was behind the wheel. Dean
Velvet is
Hayden
fine.
is the Met's counter-terror commander.
I'm sure she's
We have
delightful.
CCTV evidence that shows the actual attack itself. He was detained
they asked you
very
about the
shortly
right stuff, but
afterwards
I'm
by
not
the
sure if
local
it's happening.
community.
No,
before
won't be
he
playing
was
on the
then,
PlayStation 4 tonight.
arrested by police
Staying in Windsor
minutes
tonight.
later. He was by himself, and we have no evidence that indicated others were involved.
One man was killed and others suffered
I do know the film
life-changing
called Talk Radio. I
injuries
don't
last
think
June.
it's very good.
Theresa May is currently on her first state visit to China, where she hopes to strengthen the
No
UK
plans on
and
coming
China's
to
golden era of trade
Canada
relations. So far, she's met
That's heavy
students in
wartime.
Wuhan, a university town in central
Right,
China, had
let's
been
crack on.
president and taken part in a traditional Chinese
Crack
New Year
on.
celebration in Beijing. But this is nothing compared to Donald Trump's visit to China, which was called a State Visit Plus, where he was treated to the most spectacular display of diplomacy in the country's history. Political commentator Alex Dean told James why her visit is important.
Patent recognition and respect for intellectual property rights is a massive issue with the Chinese, but you're most likely to get those rights enforced if we get a decent trade deal with them. So,
Or go and
it's
subscribe
kind of
to
circular, and they're using expanding markets, so we want to deal,
youtube.com/rabbithole.
and that's
Go
why
and
our
subscribe.
finances there.
England's Chief Inspector of Schools thinks religious extremists are using classes to indoctrinate children. Amanda Spielman says the government should tighten the law to stop it happening. There are further signs the NHS continues to face severe pressure, with new figures revealing high levels of ambulance diverts, patient handover delays and bed occupancy. But other stats suggest the number of flu cases is starting to level off. And MPs have been debating whether hospital car parking charges should be scrapped. Almost half of them have in the last few years increased their hourly parking rates, and some now charge disabled drivers. For your weather, windy and cold for most of the UK, showers across the southwest of England, Wales and Northern Ireland with highs of 7 degrees.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. Down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow, I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roam.
Shakalaka. 0344 499 1000. 25 minutes till we take calls straight to air and we play life or death, yes or no. You phone in, we're straight into the yes-no game, and if you say yes or you say no, then we cut you off. Let's head to Reading, where I'm going to be on Saturday at some point, but I don't know the exact timings. And let's speak to Cedric.
Hi, Ian.
Hey, Cedric, how you doing, man?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, you all right?
Great, yeah.
Yay! I know it gets a bit tedious 2 hours down the line, but we've kind of said we're going to do it for the whole show. We have to bully all of our callers for the whole show.
Last long.
What you got for us, Cedric?
Well, you were talking about cows earlier.
Unfortunately, we were. Yeah. Yes.
Do you know what the plural of beef is? You don't know?
I'm thinking. What? Plural of beef?
Plural of beef.
Beef, innit?
Oh, shush. What's he talking? This guy's phoned in with an intelligent question.
You reckon?
What's wrong with you? You're guessing your Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay. You shouldn't leave your Twitter. You shouldn't leave your Twitter. You shouldn't leave your Twitter open when you go out. You leave it open, people are gonna.
If that's the rule,
yeah.
You better watch yourself.
Well, I'm not. They saw on Periscope. No one said anything. I'm gonna say buff.
No, it's beeves.
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 Beeves, as in B-E-E-V-E-S?
Yep.
Okay, it makes sense. Dwarf, dwarves, roof, roofs, beef, beeves.
Well, it didn't make sense to me, but apparently it's true.
Shut up, man. You're saying it's actually true?
It's true.
But then you can't... But surely you don't have plurals of beef. If you have, like, one stack of beef and another stack of beef, that's just a lot of beef.
I've got a lot of beef.
Yeah, well, I know you have, mate, but... I can't make jokes.
I was watching the film Bone Tomahawk on Netflix.
Yeah.
They talk about beeves at the beginning of the film.
It's right! Beeves. Plural form of beef. He's absolutely right. Beeves. This is insane. Well, we've learned something today. We went to Pizza Express, me and the boys, and they've changed the handouts that the kids get. I think these restaurants should change the handouts every 3 months, right? But because they've changed them, and so it's new stuff on there. And there was a game of snakes and ladders on there, right? But the snakes and ladders, they've added little talking points along the way, and one of them was you landed on a square. Tell everyone what it is. One thing you've learnt today. What a great question. And I would now, if we were to play it now, I would say, well, I've learnt the plural of beef is beeves.
Yeah, there you go. Blew my mind, that one.
Okay, nice one. So, anything else?
I have got a couple more JLs. You still have to...
Always. Listen, this is the thing with this show. You can phone in, stuff I did 8 years ago. If you just have a thought on it, you can phone in. So, go on. We were doing celebrities whose initials start with JL. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know if you've had these. John Le Mesurier.
Oh, mate, no, we didn't have John Le Mesurier. How did we not have that?
Josie Long.
I've got to stop you there. We did have Josie Long. Look, I thought so. I've just Googled it. Le Mesurier is 2 words.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, damn you, John Le Mesurier, who was, of course, married to...
Hattie Jakes.
And, of course, she had an affair...
She
had an affair with someone. I want to say Hancock. It wasn't Hancock.
No, it wasn't. It was not Spike Milligan, the other one.
Benteen.
No, that looked like Spike Milligan.
But they kind of, all three of them lived together for a long... Oh, Sykes. Eric Sykes.
Boom.
There we go. Josie Long we had. You got one more try.
One more go. Jonah Lomu?
Yeah, I'm going to cut you off, Cedric.
Ah.
Yeah, that disappointment there. Says it all. What's wrong with you, mate?
Just taking my Mars bar back because I got one from my mate and then I came back and I realised that he's not my mate.
I didn't really want any chocolate. I was just sending...
Good, I'll have it myself.
All right, fine. Well, that's just selfish. Thank you very much indeed. Hang on, I might be able to clip my back. Hang on. I'll clip my legs. I'll clip my back. Here we go. This is my back. You ready?
Oh, dear.
This is it.
Oh, you sure that was your back? That sounded like a ripper.
What are we going to do? I don't know where I stand on these grid girls and the darts girls. It feels horribly outdated, horribly old-fashioned, very 70s. But then it's also women being done out of work, and I'm aware that it's not really my argument because I'm a bloke and I'm doing all right. I'm a white middle class bloke and I've always done all right. Everything's been stacked in my favour, so I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a great example. Well, why is it not a great example? I don't know.
What is their purpose? They're decoration, aren't they?
Yep.
That's a human being.
Mm-hmm. And they're totally consenting to it.
Yeah.
And
but the kids that went up the chimneys were consenting. They were earning some money as well, weren't they?
I don't think the kids necessarily were consenting.
I think they were. They were earning money for their families.
Yeah, but...
And then that money was taken away.
Okay.
How cruel.
Okay, right. But that doesn't work because we have decided in this country that children are unable to make their own decisions in that respect now.
We have now, yeah.
We have now. But
given
you're
that
saying, if you're making that comparison, you're saying that women's lives are in danger by being a grid girl, and that they are unable to make their own decision.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that certain trades have gone out of fashion.
Oh, come on. Chimney children.
And acceptability.
And if they weren't called chimney children, God damn it, they should have been. I don't think it's a case that they went out of fashion.
They did go out of fashion.
They
were all the go at one point.
How late? When was the last child to be sent up a chimney? I bet it was like 1974 or something. I bet there were kids going up chimneys in the 70s. I bet there were. When was the last child to be sent up a chimney? And also, what was the thing? Cause have you ever had a chimney sweep round?
No, I haven't got a chimney.
Oh.
It would be a bit weird.
Well, you haven't.
Hello, chimney sweep. I haven't got a chimney.
You've never lived in a house with a chimney ever?
No.
God, I spent most of my life. I've lived in homes with chimneys.
No.
When I was a kid, we had a chimney up until the age of 11. Then when we moved 0344 499 1000, because this is going to get quite boring now. But when we moved in 1984 to this house that wasn't a council house, and it didn't have a fire, it didn't have radiators then, it had the weirdest heating.
Air. Yeah, my granddad had that. It had a certain smell to it as well, didn't it?
Oh no, because it was rubbish. So you'd have, like, in the living room, there were little vents in the floor, and you could close them or open them. And then in mine and my sister's bedroom, there was like a sort of what would be a chimney in an older house, but it was this air vent, and you could. But here's the thing, right? I could, if my sister's was open, I could spy in her room. Do it. You'd lie on the floor and you spy in her room. I didn't see anything exciting. It was boring. My sister was boring. And so it would blow air, but I don't know what was blowing the air. I don't remember. I remember there was. I guess there was maybe. What do you call that thing?
Boiler?
No, it's not a boiler. The immersion heater.
Yeah, I think it's water.
There's an immersion heater, but then what's blowing? What's blowing the air through? What's blowing the air through? And also, it was shit. Because you'd open it in the bedroom, and you put your hand against it, and there would be like very, very slight, sort of tepid air coming through. But that didn't. You had to literally put your hand on it to feel it. It was awful.
Maybe that's why you don't have it so much anymore.
No, I tell you what they're starting to have in newer houses. This is great, right? And this does work. Is if you dig down deep enough, warm air comes out of the ground. So they have this thing where you dig down. Basically, you dig down really, really deep into like the Earth's core, the Earth's crust, and you stick a pipe in, and that pipe then runs, and that heats the whole house, and it's what do they call it? Renewable energy, because it's using nature.
How'd you turn it down though?
Well, I guess, and I'm just guessing that you would have a system where you could you'd be able to shut it off. Or I guess you'd have to have a system that cools. So instead of heating, it cools. I don't know. 0344 499 1000 if you've got a pipe shoved into the ground to heat your house. Stay there, come to the bit. This is the late night alternative, 15 minutes away from life and death, yes or no game, only on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. Dial up some dialogue.
Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Shut the door on routine. Start something new. Power your adventure and unmap your life with the Jeep Renegade from £189 a month. With 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating, touchscreen, Bluetooth, sat-nav and legendary Jeep capability. Visit jeep.co.uk to begin your journey today. Personal contract hire. Jeep Renegade 1.4 longitude manual. Initial rental of £1,134. 48-month term, 8,000 miles per annum until March 31st, 2018. Subject to status. Leases.
As an employer, I like to look after my staff. Like remembering birthdays and making sure we don't run out of tea bags, that sort of thing. But I'm also responsible for the really important things too, like providing a workplace pension. But I've no say in what's on the radio.
Even if you only employ one person, you have to provide a workplace pension. It's the law. Get to know your responsibilities with help from the pensions regulator. Visit workplacepensions.gov.uk.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Here come the calls. Good evening, G.
Hello, Ian. Hi, Kath.
Hello.
How you doing, man? You all right? Right.
With JL as their initials.
Yes.
Jean Levan. Have we had it?
Well, who's Jean Levan?
The polka king himself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you watch that polka film?
Did I, Eck?
Oh, mate, watch it. It's such a good film. Jack Black. It's two good films. The stupid and pointless, futile and pointless gesture.
Which I started and fell asleep.
Okay.
I will watch it.
And the polka. Did you enjoy it?
I loved both of them, actually.
Yeah, and the Polka King with Jack Black, both on Netflix. Go on, there you go. Well, grab them. And if you're not signed up, sign up for free for a month and then cancel it.
Or slip me a fiver and I'll tell you his password.
No, because you don't use my login. Okay? No, you don't. Because Netflix are really cracking down on that stuff now. They crack down on that, and if they find out that it's getting passed around, they close the accounts. So shut
Just change your DNS.
Yeah, exactly. No, you can't do that anymore. They're cracking down on VPNs.
Not that it's relevant to us because we wouldn't do it.
Of course not. Anyway, go on.
No, I'd never do that.
Go on. What else you got?
That was it, buddy.
Oh.
Made him go
You got nothing else?
I'm not going to play the YN game because that's just not fair, is it?
Because you know that you wouldn't win.
Well, I maybe would.
Do you reckon?
I think so.
That's fighting talk where I come from.
Excuse me?
Are you still wearing your onesie?
Of course I am.
There we go. Once they start on the "of course I am," you get nowhere. So that's my eldest's. Of course I am. Thank you, G. Evening, Darren.
Good evening, Ian.
Good evening, Darren.
Kath.
Hello, Darren.
Yeah, Darren, whatever you've got on, turn it off.
I've got nothing on, I don't think.
Oh, there was just a cheeky. What you got for us, Darren?
Chimney sweeps.
Yes.
It's very interesting. I've never thought about chimney sweeps before until you brought it up.
I love a good chimney sweep.
I just looked it up, and the last person to go up a chimney, and he actually died, was a boy called George Brewster, 12 years old. And that was in 1875. and then they passed a law in Parliament in September 1875, and that put an end to the practice that had lasted for just over 200 years.
I was only 100 years out. Wasn't that sad when there's a name, George Brewster?
Yeah, George Brewster.
Brewster. Yeah, that's sad. But because I've lived for a lot of my life, I've lived in homes that have had fire. So up until 11, and then where the first place I bought, we had a fire, and then the second place we bought had a fireplace, and I used to love getting the chimney sweep round. Yeah, because he's got that thing with the brush. He's got the puts down the dust sheets. Yeah, and then he's got the brush, and he shoves it up and screws another bit on, shoves it up, screws another bit. Oh, it's brilliant. You go outside.
You can see it come out the top.
Yeah, one of them you could, the other one you couldn't because it had a thing over the top. But yeah. And I used to love it, and I would sit there and watch him because I found it I tell you why, because it was like a real connection with history. You know, it's a really old-fashioned. There's hardly any chimney sweeps around now. There's a few, but it's a real old-fashioned dying art form.
Like a Thatcher.
It's an art there. You maybe get them in the West End there, didn't you? That have still got them chimneys and that what they still use. They still regularly have their chimneys swept, same as the big country homes as well.
And I mean there's still a lot of homes that have got chimneys, obviously, but very rarely you get the fireplace. I mean my place, the first place I had, the flat, it had a fireplace that was still active. That we made it active. It had an electric thing, and we ripped it out and got it all cleaned up and done. And then at the other end of the flat, there was another fireplace that was kind of bricked up and stuff, and we thought it was probably best to leave that as it was. But imagine that. And I used to love it. I love it. Just getting a fire going. And then it's not the most economical way of heating a room. Of course it's not. But it's just the noise of it, and we started using it less when we had the kids. Cause
the crackling. When you hear the crackling of the fire.
And you just chuck another log on. Yeah, go on.
The only place I ever lived in that had the possibility, actually thinking about it, I had that. When I lived in an apartment in Paris, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I trashed my room, but it had like parquet flooring. It had this sort of boarded up chimney breast and everything. But that could have been amazing, that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people just covered them up because they became nothing but trouble, didn't they? Chimneys. I suppose it's expensive to maintain.
Yeah, well, it's all central heating there, isn't it? More central heating.
And you don't get pigeons coming down the chimneys.
No, you don't.
My cat climbed up our chimney once, I remember now. She's still alive. Can't get rid of her. Darren, thank you for that, mate.
Thanks for the call. See you,
cheers, Liz. That's up. You made the call, buddy. George Brewster. There you go. There's a pub quiz question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who was the last child to climb up a chimney? In George Brewster. 1875. Well, that's sad. Evening, Ian.
Hello there.
You all right?
Yeah. I was just calling. I hope this isn't going to stir things up, but why has Paul Ross been taken off the breakfast show?
Well, I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on. I know if people want to listen to Paul Ross, they can after this show at 1:00. I don't know. Is the answer, Ian?
Well, I don't think you're answering me properly because, I've worked in industry. I know if a team lead or section leader agree...
Hang on a minute. You've just... Ian, hang on. You've just accused me of lying, mate.
No.
Well, yeah.
Excuse me, I did not say lie.
No, you said I didn't think I was answering the question properly, which means that you think I'm withholding something, which means you think I'm lying.
Excuse me.
No, excuse me.
I say you don't answer a question. How does that
Excuse me? I've answered the question. What's your problem, buddy?
Are you going to interrupt me after I say 2 or 3 words, yes or no?
No, but are you going to be a dick for this entire phone call?
Can I carry on?
No, hang on, now you're interrupting me. Are you going to be a dick for this entire phone call, yes or no?
Can I ask a question?
No, I answered your question. You answer mine. Are you going to be a dick for this entire phone call, yes or no?
No. Can I ask a question?
I answered the question and you didn't believe the answer.
Can I ask a question, yes or no?
Certainly, away you go, Ian.
Why has Paul Ross.
Right. Are you going to ask me the same question you asked me 3 minutes ago? Yes or no?
Well...
Because I answered it.
Me.
I answered it.
And the answer was?
I don't know.
Why don't you know what's happening in your organisation?
Because I come in at 8 o'clock at night when everyone's gone, and I don't stick my beak in other people's business. I come in and I do my job. That is it.
Am I being calm, or are you being aggressive?
You're being a dick.
Hold up. Please, excuse me. I'm being calm to you.
You're being rude.
Excuse me, I'm being calm to you.
You're being rude.
You're calling... Please don't interrupt.
You're being rude. Please don't accuse me of obfuscating the truth.
I am being calm. You're calling me a dick. Who is being rude?
Me.
Well, can I ask...
But who's being a dick?
Not me.
Incorrect answer. Buddy. Buddy Bing Bong. I've told you the answer, Ian. I don't know.
Well...
Why don't you phone up either Julia Hartley-Brewer, Paul Ross, or Denny Morris?
Do you think you are being a complete twat on the radio? I am being calm to you.
No, I don't think I'm being a complete twat. I've answered the question. Why should I know? Why should I know? Why should I know? Why should I know the answer to this? You tell me why I should know the answer to this.
Because you work at Talk Radio.
Why don't you phone up one of the three people I've mentioned? Answer that question, because I answer all your questions, and I notice you dodge my questions, Ian. Ian spelt incorrectly. So why don't you phone up one of those three people?
Ian spelled incorrectly. I've not spelt.
Dodge the question. Dodge the question.
Give me the question.
So you're not even listening to me. That shows how rude you're being. You're not even listening to me. It shows how rude you are. What a rude man. You're not even listening.
Please give me the question.
I gave you the question. You weren't listening because you're rude.
Just give me the question again, please.
Gosh, now he's being aggressive.
Please.
That's better.
Give me.
Oh, there's the aggression. The pleading please I liked. The aggression I didn't like. But you know what? I'm feeling generous. I'll give you the question. Why don't you phone up one of the three people involved in the switch of shows? Julia Hartley-Brewer, Paul Ross, or Denny Morris? He's the boss.
Because they are not on. This is a phone-in.
Paul Ross will be on in 35 minutes.
Please do not interrupt.
Please stop speaking like Robbie the robot.
Me the question.
You are speaking like a robot. Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
I'm just trying to answer you.
Okay.
The reason I'm not answering, I'm not speaking to Julie Hartley-Brewer and etc. is because they're not on. I'm answering you, and you asked me why do I not phone them. It's because they're not on.
Okay.
So
I don't know the answer. Honestly, Ian, I'm not being cute. I honestly don't know the answer.
Okay, well, that's a fair response.
But that was my initial response 5 minutes ago, and you didn't believe it. So I don't know what's changed.
Well, the reason I didn't believe it is because you work for Talk Radio.
So what? So what?
So
does Sam works for Talk Radio, the guy that answers the phones. Maybe he must know then. And the cleaner must know because she works for Talk. Look, I will interrupt you, because you're talking out of your anus. Why should I know just because I work in the same company? Why should I know that?
Well, it would seem a reasonable thing to to ask someone who works in the company what is happening in the company.
You've
and
asked.
For you to say that you don't know what's happening in the company,
yes,
just seems to me that you don't know what is happening around you.
Yeah, exactly. You've got it. That's it. You've got it. You've totally got it. I don't know what's happening around me in the company.
And
because it's none of my business. And it's none of your business. So deal with it.
So you work for a radio station.
I don't work for them.
I am phoning
Iain, let me tell you something. You just said this incorrect. I don't work for them. I don't.
Interrupting me again.
No, because you're wrong. I don't.
Interrupting me again.
You've said something that's wrong. Let me correct you. Let me educate you. I don't work for Talk Radio. I'm self-employed.
And okay, who pays your agent?
Sorry? I pay my agent 15% of everything I earn. Imagine.
So, how do you get your wages?
Well, I'm self-employed, and I subcontract my...
Excuse me. Okay.
Excuse me! This is Alan Caddick.
Who pays your agent?
I pay my agent 15% out of everything. Imagine.
Who pays the other 85%?
I invoice Talk Radio for my services, but I don't work for them. I am self-employed.
So, do you think that 85% of what you earn comes from Talk Radio?
85% of what I earn? No.
Look,
85% of my income does not come from Talk Radio. Because I work for loads of other... I do jobs as a self-employed person for loads of other people. So I can tell you that around about last tax year, about 65% of what I earn... Why am I even telling you this? It's none of your business, you nosy bonk.
I don't really care about your...
But then why do you keep asking about my income?
Because you raised it. I'm talking about...
You ask specific questions about percentages, buddy Bing Bong.
Very slowly.
Mm.
Please don't interrupt me.
Are you speaking to me or the lady?
I've phoned up Talk Radio.
Hello? Hello, caller?
Yeah, I phoned Talk Radio.
Well, I've answered your question. You don't believe the answer, so where does that leave us? You think I'm a liar, I think you're a dick. I mean, do we walk away from it now?
No.
You're going to keep asking me the same question until I tell you that Julia Hartley-Brewer had dirt on Paul Ross and she blackmailed him and said, you better give me the breakfast show, otherwise I'm going to release this videotape. And Paul Ross went, OK. And that's why the switch happened. Damn, he got it out of me! He got it out of me! Here's the thing, Ian. Maybe the people involved in this, and I mean this genuinely, maybe they don't want us talking about this. Because it's none of my business. It's none of my business. All I know is I've now got the pleasure 4 nights a week of seeing Paul Ross on the other side of the glass, a man who I think is one of the greatest broadcasters and producers this country has had. And he comes in and takes over from me. What a thrill. That's all I know. Honestly, buddy. I'm not covering anything up, although I would say that. I don't know what goes on the other shows because they're nothing to do with me.
You've just covered yourself in shit.
Oh.
Honestly, I've
done what?
Asking a completely innocent question.
How have I covered myself in shit?
Well, you've just called me a dick on the radio.
Well, because you're being rude and you don't believe my answer.
I'm not being rude. You don't let me ask a question.
Go on, ask the question. But if the question is, why is Paul Ross doing overnights and Julia Hartley-Brewer's doing breakfast? I've told you the answer twice.
because you...
I told you my answer. I've told you my truth. Honestly, Ian, tell me what you want me to say.
For a start, I'd like you to stop being rude.
Okay, I apologise for being rude. He's gone. Where's he gone? Get him back. For wherever that call is, get rid of it. Get this guy back. This man has definitely got beeves.
He's got so many beeves. That's what he said. You've not let me ask a question. He's asked about a 15.
I suspect his battery might have died. By battery, I don't mean in his phone. I mean in his brain. Right. Ian, can I ask you a question? How do you spell your name?
Who is this?
This is Iain Lee. Hi, you're on Talk Radio. How do you spell your name?
Why?
That just spells E. Oh,
Ian.
right. Because I'm curious.
Ian.
I judge Ians by how they spell their name. And I think you spell yours I-A-N. Which would make my earlier point correct. Which would mean I am very astute.
Ian,
yes.
Why are you calling me?
We were in the middle of a conversation. I thought we got cut off.
Ian, are we on the radio?
Yes, we're on the radio. I just said we were in the middle of a conversation. I thought we got cut off.
Ian.
Yes,
look,
Ian.
Look,
I'm looking.
I am calm.
I'm calm.
Will you please be calm?
I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm calm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Why are you calling me Ian?
Well, that's your name, isn't it?
Okay. All right. Why? Right. Please, presenter. Why are you calling me?
Because we were in the middle of a conversation, and we appeared to get cut off. Don't answer the phone. Just ignore him, Sam. Because we're in the middle of a conversation, and I thought we got cut off.
Yeah, I don't know why we were cut off, but yeah, hello.
Hello.
Iain Lee.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice to speak to you. What would you like to talk about?
Do you remember talking to me like 30 seconds ago?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, do you want to carry on with that conversation?
Not particularly, because you weren't answering anything. I was...
Right, ask me the question. Ask me anything you want, and I swear on my life I will give you an honest answer.
Okay. Why was Paul Ross taken off the breakfast show?
Because he was urinating on the boss's car. Okay? There was footage of him urinating on the boss's car. And so it was a punishment. Which I think was harsh, but it wasn't my car handle and exhaust pipe, bizarrely, that were covered in Paul Ross's urine.
Okay.
Happy now? Now you got the truth out of me?
Well, I'm not sure if it's the truth, but I really appreciate you calling back.
Thanks very much for your time, Ian. Great to talk to you. Take care now. Ian? Ian?
Yeah?
Yay! I got you, man. Thanks. That was the longest version of the yes-no game we played, but I got you in the end. Thanks for being a good sport, Ian. Take care, man. Good night. Thanks for calling. Ian? Are you still there? Have you fallen off the sofa? Ian. You're still there. I can see you're still there. I'm watching you. Ian! I can hear you breathing. Do you need an ambulance? Cough once for yes and twice for no. This is the weirdest thing. He's still there. Hey, Ian. Ian, man. What are you doing, man? Okay, I'm going to cut him off.
Boss is going to be furious you told him that.
I know. Okay.
Son will have it.
Right, we'll have a break. Then we come back. Call straight to air. Yes or no game. Thank you very much.
Mate.
A new kind of talk radio. We'll get you talking.
We love home. From those wooden floorboards we sanded down to the chrome fixtures and fittings that took ages to find.
Man. That was
incredible. But if you're in a trade, you know there's more to home than just plumbing, electrics or a lick of paint. Homes are getting smart. We've created the Nest Learning Thermostat and Nest Cam security cameras. Intelligent technology in your home you can control with your phone. Become your customer's smart home provider and help grow your business with Nest Pro at nest.com/EU/pro.
Pulling pints at a golf club was boring, but since joining the Navy as a steward, no 2 days have been the same. I've learned loads of new skills that have helped me serve high-profile officials in places as far-flung and exotic as the Caribbean and the Indian Ocean. I'm now fully qualified in hospitality management, so I could leave and help run a hotel. But why do that when I can help run a state-of-the-art Navy warship? I was born in London, but I was made in the Royal Navy. Start your journey. Search Made in the Royal Navy.
The Unexplained, Sunday night from 10, Earth Time, on Talk Radio.
Among the spectacular stash of stunning stuff on The Unexplained this Sunday with me, Howard Hughes, we have the USX serviceman who was in Rendlesham Forest when maybe E.T. came to call.
Greetings, Earthlings.
We have remarkable researcher Peter Lavender. We have world-famous TV mentalist, the amazing Kreskin. And we have a woman who's written an extra-large guide to being a medium. There'll be more on the night, too.
The Unexplained, Sunday night from 10, on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
I really don't know what happened, but I do know it's eaten into our ultimate life and death version of the yes no game. So until Paul Ross comes on at 1 o'clock, and now you know why. Till Paul Ross comes on, I'm afraid it's going to be called straight to air, and it's yes no. Okay, and as soon as you say yes or no, you get cut off. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Just tidying up a bit. There we go. Right, let's go to line 1. Good evening, line 1.
That was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life, that telephone call.
Really?
Saying the sea game.
What's your name, caller?
Clive.
Clive? Where are you calling from, Clive?
I'm calling from Herefordshire.
Really? I don't think Clive is your number. Is your name?
Clive's my name.
Is it your name?
My name's Clive.
Is your name Clive, or is it not Sam?
My name's Clive, you idiot.
Sam, I know it's you, buddy. And now I'm going to the police.
Who's Sam?
It's you. I recognise your voice, mate.
You're not being a twat, it doesn't suit you.
Remember when I took you to court?
Ian, my name's not Sam.
Remember when I took you to court for harassment?
Ian, my name is not Sam.
Mate, this is going to get messy.
What's wrong with you? You're paranoid.
Yeah, this is going to get messy.
My name is not Sam, Ian.
I know exactly who you are, mate. Should I email you, or what's the best way to do this?
Well, you can't email me. You haven't got my email address.
Yeah, I've got one of the fake ones you set up the other week.
I haven't got... Ian, you're paranoid. It's not Sam.
Okay. Sure. We'll let the police decide, shall we?
Oh, yeah, you can, because it's not Sam, Ian.
Okay.
You're paranoid.
Okay. Thanks very much for calling, Sam.
Somebody has a private telephone number, it doesn't mean they're Sam. I know you've had a bit of trouble lately, but just because somebody has a private number doesn't mean they're Sam.
I know exactly who you are. I know exactly what you do. And I know exactly what you like to look at on the internet because they told me.
You damn it, Ian, you paranoid man. It's not Sam.
OK, we'll let the police decide, Sam. Thanks for calling.
Well, I won the C game then.
Sorry?
The C game, I won it. I've not said it yet still, even though you're interrogating me, and I'm not the person you're saying I am.
I'm not playing the game. I don't play the game with people that I've taken to court. Thanks for calling. Let's go to line 2. Line 2, are you ready to play?
Hello.
Hello, turn your radio on. Is your radio on or off?
Yes, it's Steve Allen here. Sorry, I was just hanging around at work. I've got nothing better to do.
Okay. Steve, are you ready to play the yes-no game?
Of course.
Okay. What's your name?
You have to wake up earlier to get me, Iain Lee.
You have to wake up earlier than what?
Than me, and no one gets up earlier than me because I'm always hanging around work.
Who else is?
You'll never get one over me.
Who's your favourite?
I play this all night with you, Sunny Jim.
Sunny Jim. You just call me Sunny Jim.
I did, Lee.
You did, Lee? You Bo Diddley?
What are you whistling on about?
Who's your favourite guest on your show?
Well, whoever does in conversation with me, to be honest with you, Ian, I'll absolutely slate you every morning, talk about myself 24 hours a day, and then I'll be your best friend.
And that makes you happy, does it? That makes you happy, does it?
I'm never happy, and...
Okay, well done. You won, Steve. Let's go to line 3. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
Hello?
Hang on.
Turn your radio off.
Yo!
Line 4.
Why, good evening, Ian. I'm so addicted to you. Every day I say I'm not going to call again, and yet I keep coming back for more.
Would you say you're really addicted to us?
I was getting the twitches before when I had to run down the shops for 20 minutes and had to turn you off because I had no high-speed data left on my phone.
Shut the front door. So what, did you have to go and buy some data?
No,
Hey! Sucker! Line 4, you're on the wireless. Are you ready to play the yes-no game?
Yes or no.
Yay! And then, we go. Line 5, you're on the wireless.
Ian, I'm really worried about you.
Okay. Line 6, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian, it's James. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, James. You okay?
I'm having a good evening. I went to the theatre, saw Jeremy Irons. It was a 7 out of 10.
What was he in?
He was doing Long Day's Journey into Night.
That sounds a bit...
felt very long.
It sounds a bit boring.
It was about 4 hours long.
This is my problem, but the plays that are longer than 2 hours, they're just too long, aren't they?
Same goes with films.
Yeah, I agree. That last Star Wars film, flipping heck, that was the dullest film I've ever seen. It was nearly... It was 100... It was over 3.5 hours. No, it wasn't 3.5 hours. It went on forever, didn't it?
I have not had that. I mean, the thing is, you just can't get up to wee, so you either need like a catheter or to kind of not drink, and I like to drink.
Of course you do.
Well,
do you
not alcohol, obviously.
Do you go to the theatre a lot?
About 3 times a week.
Really? How can you afford that?
We do day tickets. They do day tickets, so you just queue up on the day, and I work in London.
What, do you queue up at the theatre, or do you have to go to that little thing in Leicester Square?
You don't go to the one in Leicester Square, you just queue up on the day at the theatre, because I work in Whitehall, so I can it's a quick trek across the road.
But how long do you queue up for? Surely you must queue up for ages.
It depends what the show is. Most of the things are quite easy to get to. If it's something like Bryan Cranston in Network, which is really, really good, then you'll probably be queuing up, looking at about 2 hours or so.
2 hours?
2 to 3 hours. Some people queue up from 4 in the morning. That's not my style.
He's good. You've beaten us.
I'm very good.
Are you happy?
Have a very good night.
Are you happy that you beat us?
I'm over the moon.
God, you're such a smart...
I was brought up on Des O'Connor and his gongs, so, you know...
Des O'Connor's dongs?
Des O'Connor's gongs.
His dong? What are you saying?
He's saying dongs,
Are you saying dongs?
Gongs. You know the gongs.
Oh, are you saying gongs?
No. I said no as in K-N-O-W as well. So, you know.
Well, all right. Did you say it? I didn't hear. Oh, you beat us. Go away, smug git. Line 3. Are you ready to play the game?
I think so.
Are you sure? I think so. Come on, man. Give it some clout. Are you ready to play the game?
Probably.
You've got to be quicker than that, buddy. We can't have any hanging around, okay? What's your name?
Okay. Simon.
And where are you calling from, Simon?
New Forest.
Oh, are you the Simon with the cab company?
Correct.
You were on the other day talking about Twitter. So, did that work? Have you got any more followers now?
I have. It's getting more and more by the day.
It is like
Thanks to you guys.
It's like an AI, an artificial intelligence is trying to sound like a human and failing miserably. How many followers you got now?
46.
Hey, well that's you only had 11 the other day.
I did.
So what?
Like I said, it's going up quite steadily. It's brilliant. It's really good.
Are any of them porn bots?
I wouldn't know.
You would.
How do you tell?
Well, because they post pictures of their bums saying, I'd like to have sex with you.
Oh, not as yet.
You sure? You don't sound sure.
I'm sure.
Okay. So, how's the cab company going?
Very quiet tonight. Very quiet.
How many cabs have you got?
2.
And who drives them? You and your wife? You and a mate?
My business partner is a lady that I've worked with for years.
Okay. And is there any romantic attraction there?
I wouldn't have thought so. A lot of people think that she's my mother.
Oh. Well, Mrs. Robinson.
That isn't her name.
Well done, you beat us. Do you feel good?
Great.
Okay, sound enthusiastic. Nice one, Simon. Well done. You beat us. You going to call in tomorrow?
Maybe.
Okay, smug kid as well. Line 5, you're on the wireless. Hello, Line 5.
All right.
Yep.
How you going?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Brilliant.
Where's that accent from?
Glasgow.
It doesn't sound Glaswegian.
Well, I'm from Glasgow, I'm sure about that.
Okay, all right, I'm sure you would be. What part of Glasgow? I worked there for a while. What part?
Parkhead.
Okay. The thing about Glasgow got a really bad rap a few years ago, but then about 15 years ago, they did it all up. And it's an amazing place, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. They did.
I'm not having I. I is yes. He's Scottish.
Well, I think you're being racist.
He's Scottish and he's saying I.
I think you're being a wee
No,
bit
we
racist
can't.
there, my friend.
Line 4.
Hello, yes, indeed, this... Oh,
Let us go to line 6. Line 6, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Bill. How you doing, mate?
How you doing, son? You all right?
Well, you can't just answer a question with a question because you're worried you're going to say something you shouldn't say. I tell you what. Let's stop the clock. Stop the clock. Because Bill. Let's just have a normal conversation, okay?
I want to play the game.
No. We'll play the game in a minute.
I don't think you're ready for the game.
No.
Hey! When Des O'Connor says the game's over, it ain't over. That's the oldest trick in the book. Yes, line 6.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, are you on speakerphone?
No.
Yes? Did you say no? You just said no. Get out of here.
What a plum.
Line 7, you're on the wireless.
Good evening.
Good tide to you, fair sir.
Good evening.
It's Matt from New York City.
Yes?
Wait, didn't you You just lost the game right there by saying that.
No, dude, I'm allowed to say yes or no. I'm Des O'Connor.
That's not fair.
What? Yes, it is.
So this is totally on me then. It's only if I can win or lose.
I'm the quizmaster. I'm the quizmaster. You're the contestant. Do you not have this game in America? What the? Get out of here! What was that? Line 7, you're on the wireless.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi, Savaloy.
Hey.
You sound like Larry Lamb. Yeah.
I just wanted to call up and say that tonight's show has been amazing.
Does it? I felt it's been a bit flat tonight. Did you think so? Really?
Well, I don't know. There's a vibe about it. It's almost like it's been rejuvenated in a way.
Do you know what? Because I was saying to Kath during the break that it just feels a bit flat tonight. But seriously, do you reckon it's been all right?
I think it's been amazing.
Give me your top 3 bits. Did you like the guy calling in about Paul?
No.
Hey! Paul did. Paul did. Oh, God. Good. Yes, line 1. Are you ready to play the game?
Indeed.
Shall I start the clock?
Perhaps.
Okay, you've got to be a little quicker than that. Got to be quick off the thing. What's your name, caller?
Amanda.
And where are you calling from?
Glasgow.
Glasgow. A second caller from Glasgow. We're doing well in Scotland. Can you get us on DAB in Glasgow?
Maybe.
Can you? Maybe you can't. You've got the answer. Here's the thing. The answer has got to be pertinent. Can you get us on DAB in Glasgow?
Never tried.
So how do you listen to us?
Periscope.
Oh. Well, no, but we're not always on Periscope.
Perhaps.
Too slow and too vague. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Onions.
Yep.
Cheese.
Yep, thanks very much. Let's go to line 5. 5, you're on the wireless. Hello, line 5.
Hello, Ian, it's Ian here.
Oh, God. Yes. Do you want to talk to Paul Ross? Is Paul there? Paul, do you want to talk? I don't know if you want to... Paul's coming in. Do you want to talk to Paul Ross?
You won't believe him.
You won't believe... Paul, sit there. This is the fella that's Ian, hello, mate.
Hello, Paul. How are you doing?
I'm coping with my vampire-like existence since I urinated on the boss's car. Big mistake. That was a big mistake I made there. And that's why we all hate CCTV. Who hasn't done that? Who's not had a sniff at the barmaid's ever? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to micturate profusely because my eyeballs are floating over the boss's car and it got me in trouble. At least I'm still clinging on by my fingernails and I'm still in work.
Hello, Paul. It's great to hear you. Nice to
hear you. To hear you, nice
about you on Radio London with Gabby Roslin, and I'm just upset about the last conversation I've had with Iain Lee. I didn't really want to upset him. I was just phoning up to see why you weren't on the breakfast show, because you're on a great breakfast show on Radio London and talkRADIO, and now you've moved...
Why aren't you on Radio London anymore? That's what I want to know.
Well, Penny Smith came here and I was doing a show with her, so I thought I had to come across.
Yeah, exactly.
I followed her across like a stalker.
Listen, Ian, you got Paul Ross now. He's coming up next.
Oh, yeah, I hope you stick around here. We've got the World Yorkshire Pudding Champion coming on. You see?
Mate, this is what radio was invented for. This is what it's all about.
Okay. Can I just please be friends with Iain Lee? Because, I didn't really want to upset him. But
He's not upset me. Paul, we've got 40... we've got 45 seconds. You've not upset me.
You're confusing me now.
2 Ians, 1 Paul and a Kath. Walk into a bar. We've got 30 seconds, Ian. We are. I don't want to say friends because I suspect you might take that literally. But I have no beeves with you.
Thank you.
I've got to go now.
God bless him.
Ta-ta. The plural of beef is beeves. That's a real thing we've learned.
I never knew that.
No, nor did I.
Is that a fact or that's a great fact?
No, as a caller said it, I thought, this is and I Googled it, I went, oh, no, fair play, he's right.
There's a great line in Ulysses, the James Joyce novel.
You got 10 seconds.
When he talks about a larger Irish lady as being beef to the heel. Is that right?
Paul Ross is up next, dear listener. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Sam. We'll be back tonight at 10. Until then, from us, ta-ta!
Talk Radio.
Oh,
join the Talk Nation.
Dial up and Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
I'm done after this.
What's down the back of your sofa? Half a pretzel?
How you feeling?
That long-lost TV remote? Or what if you found a wad of cash? Now we're talking. Or what about a goose that lays golden eggs? It's nice to get more than you expected. New Euro Millions Hot Mix from the National Lottery. Pick and match